Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Noah's Lounge. As always, I'm your host, Noah. I'm joined by Victoria. Vic, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Alright, hell yeah. I got two special guests on today. I got Steven, what's up?
What up, dude?
And then I got Jocelyn, how's it going?
Good, just happy to be here, man.
Hell yeah, thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Alright, let's do a shot.
Fuck yeah, let's start it off strong, bro. Holy shit.
Do you guys want a certain flavor of this stuff? I got plum and grapefruit.
Oh, plum sounds tasty.
I was gonna say grapefruit.
I hate grapefruit.
You can...
Well, I hate plums.
Oh, fuck. We're already starting off on the bad foot.
Oh, this is great. Controversy. I love it. Also, you bring great energy.
Thank you.
Vic, say something.
Sup?
What do we gotta do to get you to talk more?
Get a couple Bud Lights. Oh, wait.
A few more of those.
Bring Kelsey out. Let's fucking go. Drunk Alter Egos. Holy shit.
Rough.
We need to give TR a Drunk Alter Ego name. Or does he have one already?
What's that Rebecca one?
What is it? I was thinking like
Little Rochelle.
No, is that what it is?
Wasn't that what?
Big
No,
Rebecca?
it was
yeah.
1,000 or
It was one spider,
One spider.
Big Rebecca or something.
Yeah.
Big
Rochelle.
Rebecca. That's what it was. Noop and Scroopin.
That's fucking awesome.
Was it Big Rebecca?
No, I don't know.
I thought it was like Big, or wasn't it? I thought it was Big Rochelle.
That's what it was.
That's
I'm
what
pretty
Lexi
sure.
made. Did you guys want the plum one, or did you want
I'll take the
grapefruit?
plum one.
Or okay, did you want
Fine, I'll
grapefruit?
do the plum.
We'll do grapefruit next.
Well, we'll get through.
I'll
both,
tough
sure.
it out through the grapefruit. Grapefruit.
I'm going through the plum.
I'll be fine.
This stuff is I haven't tried these flavors, but the other two flavors I had.
You let me try one. What was that flavor?
It was
Strawberry? That was really good.
Yeah, the grape one had like zero burn. Like the strawberry already didn't have hardly any. The grape one tasted like grape
It tastes
juice.
like soda.
So is this like hard alcohol then, or like what is it?
It's like a rice liquor, like essentially like a rice vodka.
Oh fuck yeah!
That
my mom fucks
all the
with sake.
Koreans drink. Well, everyone drinks it all over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah.
Grassy.
Thank you, sir.
Or wait, no, what's the Japanese word? Orga.
No,
Arigato.
Origami.
Arigato, Mr. Roboto. All right, cheers, everybody. I don't want to know. I don't really want to spill on
You'll be
anything.
okay. Arigato.
Oh,
Origato.
Origami.
that was tasty. It tastes more like
That is-
peach than plum.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's not plum.
It even looks like a peach on the front. So
That
It's
is
gotta
peach.
be. What?
do they know what peaches?
Maybe
are?
maybe peaches
They're
are called
different
plums.
overseas.
Who is they?
The Japanese.
Oh my god.
They're Koreans.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
Starting off on the right foot.
We're here to learn. Okay, so just to start out, I just really want to rant about what happened at Target today. Little anecdote to start it off. We went to Target
Oh, yeah.
just for some shit. And when we went like into one of the lines, the self checkout was just too long, so we just went into a normal like person line. And right when we got into that line, there was this old man like in front of us, and right off the bat he like turned around and like looked at me and was just staring at me. And I just knew like he's gonna say something. I don't know what, but this guy's gonna talk to us about something. Like who fucking knows? Like
Politics.
I just got that vibe. Yeah, politics. Are you Republican or Democrat? No, and he looks away, and I'm like, oh, okay, thank God. And then he turns around and looks back, and he goes, "What happened in 1919?" Because he was looking at my 1919 BSU crew neck, and I just looked at it, and my first thought, like, I'm already pissed because like I don't want to fucking talk to this old man, and I'm guessing he's asking about the shirt. I don't know, so I was like, that's when Bemidji State was founded. And he's like, I can read. I'm asking what happened in 1919. And like, World War I, obviously. But like, my brain is mush and I was really hungry. I just wanted to get home and I didn't want to talk to this guy. So I was just like, I don't know. And he was like, that's a real shame. And then he like turned around and then he turned back at me and he was like, there was a big war. I was like, okay.
No, dude, that was in the 40s. I don't know what you're talking about.
I should have been like, no, you're thinking of... Like, I don't know.
Was he a veteran or was he just, you know?
Not of World War
Not
One.
from World War
I was
One.
like, Jesus.
Well, maybe.
Why
you know?
did they?
No, he was not that. He was like 60 something.
Well,
Definitely
no, I don't
no.
even think there's World War II veterans anymore.
I was gonna
Like,
say,
I
I'm
think
really,
the
I'm
last
really
one
not
died.
great with
I could be
history,
wrong.
so
But
this is
he
not,
dude.
not my strong suit.
And then he turned around, and then he turned back to me and he was like, also, there was a big flu that killed millions. And I was so over. I just
no,
looked
dude,
at
that's 2020,
Yeah.
bro. I don't know.
I just looked at him and I was like, cool. And then he turned around, he didn't say anything
Oh
for the
my
rest.
God.
But I was just like, what is this fucking old man like? I fucking hate old people so much. I hate them so much, and I wish they
They're-
wouldn't
they're-
talk to me.
They're
But
all right sometimes.
No.
Honestly,
I think like 85% of the time they're terrible.
the ones you don't know,
oh, for
like
sure.
I put up with my
Well,
family.
your grandparents, yeah, like that's totally different than like just some random old cooter just fucking.
Yeah, if it's like if any random old person wants to interact with me, I'm just thinking it's gonna be like awkward or bad. Like
it
that.
definitely.
Yeah.
All
I just don't know
is.
what this guy was on. Like, who the fuck cares? Like,
You know, this,
he seemed really mad
And then, like, he
that
was-
I said I don't know. Like, to his question, what happened in 1919? Because he said, like, that's a real shame you don't know. I'm like, dude, fuck you, I don't care. Like, and then
Exactly.
when he said there was a huge war, I was just like, oh yeah, World War One. That's right, I remember now. And I'm just hoping, like, this guy will stop talking to me. So I'm, like, looking off over there while he's just staring at me. And it was so awkward. It was like the way, and then there were people in front of him that, like, were, like, looking because he was talking really loud. And it was so, God,
that shit never happens at Walmart.
no.
I only ever go there.
Dude, you just get like talked to by crackheads at Walmart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or get like tackled.
I'm not having had that experience yet, but
One time I went to Walmart and I was buying some shotgun shells because why else would I go to Walmart? And it was like 12:30 because it was before Corona time, and like I was walking around the corner and there was this one big dude that was just like stop, and I was like, oh boy, what, me? And he was looking past me, not like at me. He was looking in my direction, but at the dude behind me. And then he like started running, and I was like, "What the
He's
hell
like,
is going
all right,
on?"
I'm about to fucking.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
Stands
you
up.
really want this, bro?" And then he sort of just tackled the dude behind me. I was like, "Okay, all right, this way."
just goodbye.
But yeah, no old people talking about 1919.
Yeah, that really. You know, there is some old people though that like really are kind of sweet. Like it's mostly old ladies though. They call you dear and like sweetie,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they also drive like 20 miles an hour in like a 40, and you're sitting there.
There's some really mean old women too.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you know they've lived their life. You know they can be mean.
No.
That's not an excuse.
See, my thing is like, okay,
I'm old.
now if I was that old and close to dying every day, I'd probably be
Oh,
miserable too. But the thing is, that doesn't give you the right to be an asshole to people.
You know
Or
what?
like, you
Maybe
think
it
that
does,
I
though.
automatically should pay my respects to you because you're my elder.
No,
Like, dude, I could give a fuck. Like, if that guy was like, I don't give a fuck if you fought in World War One. If he had, I'm like,
Nah.
I've fought in Fortnite.
Yeah, I played Call of Duty
We're the
WW1,
same.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, I know
one in
your
the
shit.
same.
Yeah.
Oh my.
You know how much money I've spent on Fortnite.
You know
So
how many
much.
skins I've bought?
So
Dude.
much, and I don't play it anymore.
He's like,
I'm
I lost-
what's going on here? That
I
was a
lost my
giant
best
scam.
friend in World War One. He's like, yeah, I've spent over $500 on Fortnite.
So
So it's
we're-
like the same
yeah.
thing, basically.
Money's my friend.
Fortnite and Clash of Clans, bro. I swear to God, I lost more money in those two video games.
Yeah.
I don't play them anymore.
That's unfortunate. That's money in the
Fortnite.
hole. I can't say that. Like, I've definitely wasted a lot of money on just about like everything that I purchased. I'd say
Jeans.
too many pairs of jeans, too many material things, and probably drugs. I'd say.
Way to out yourself.
Hey man, I'm being honest. This is honest hour, I guess.
Talking Tylenol,
Yeah, Tylenol.
Obviously, Tylenol.
Advil,
Yeah, this is like the basic over the counter stuff.
Robitussin.
No.
Ricola.
Sponsors. We're getting sponsors.
Oh my god. Dude, at work today, I absolutely massacred my fucking finger on the slicer that's been broken for like 3 weeks. So I just kind of want to like rant a little bit about my job for a second. I can't rant too much because my manager is sitting right here, but like
Please,
straight up.
go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Tell
No.
me how much your job sucks.
It sucks so bad, straight up. But no, I was
It
literally
does
just trying to
suck.
get all this shit done, and like this little hit kid that we got working with us is trying to talk to me. So I'm like trying to like put my hand like pretty close to the slicer blade and like slice down the cheese so we don't get any waste, I guess, because you know they don't like when we waste shit at my my job.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I was trying to be a good employee and like not waste. And then
Right.
next thing you know, my finger's like profusely bleeding. And this, I'm not gonna say where I work, but I literally was wearing around, like, I didn't notice, I was wearing around like a blood splattered apron like all day, literally all day long.
Subway
from
is
my
just
finger.
the uncleanest place.
Yeah.
I swear.
Like literally, I just looked down at my apron. And I was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
You could have just been like, we were just making fresh cold cuts in the back.
Obviously,
so
you know, we were slicing
Fresh
roast beef.
cold cuts.
we got a pig, you know.
in the
We actually
back.
slaughter
In the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a second slice.
We have a
You
farm
can't
on
see
top
it.
of our store, so it's like
Also,
pretty
the
cool.
bandaged thumb. Yeah, I was trying to get a
Gaming.
ride home, and my thumb just got stuck in the
I was
up
hitchhiking.
position.
I got carpal tunnel.
Yeah. Trying to hitchhike home.
Oh god. But anyway, that's as far as I kind of want to delve into that without releasing too much sensitive information. But
Just let it out. That's what we're here for.
no, I'm not a
What
chance.
else is wrong with
Dude, don't even get me started because I could talk for like 3 straight hours about how much I hate my
Oh,
job.
we got time.
It's just gonna be me
Yes.
ranting. No, straight up, like
It's gonna be the Jocelyn podcast.
No,
Jocelyn's
Jocelyn's
Lounge.
Lounge. How much does
You're
Jocelyn
moving
get
out.
done?
Get out of here.
I'm in the dog
Well, you are
kennel
moving.
tonight. What was the kid trying to talk to you about?
Oh, he was just talking to me. He was asking me what to do next. It was like,
Oh.
like literally just like asking me
I
next
thought maybe he
task.
was like trying to like tell you a story or something.
No,
You were
no,
just like,
literally,
yep,
he-
I don't care.
Hey,
No.
did I tell you about this time I was at Target?
No.
What?
No, well, like he does do stuff like that every once in a while, but like literally he was just trying to tell me like this is going on, blah blah blah, and I'm like, bro, I'm trying to, and just like sliced the ever loving fuck out of my thumb, and I was just bleeding profusely. Dude, I don't want to take the band-aid off. It took me like 5 minutes to put this bad boy on.
It's a lot less thick than the one you showed.
Oh yeah, because like at work I had it wrapped in a waterproof bandage, just for like
we have
being
those.
sanitary.
We care about our employees.
I was being sanitary. We didn't have any finger condoms, which is definitely what we're supposed to
They're
have.
called gloves.
Protection.
We
Well,
have
I
those.
was wearing gloves all day. Didn't touch
Our
anybody's
finger
sandwich with my
condoms. They're
bloody thumb.
latex.
My latex gloves. But no, it was just straight up awful. And everybody's like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, bro, I just cut my thumb. Like, it's not that huge of a deal. Like, it's fine. Everything's fine. And everybody was just, it was awful.
No, 2 Saturdays
Damn.
before that, the same kid that was talking to you cut his thumb on the slice.
Well, maybe the slicer shouldn't be fucking broken so we don't slice our fucking fingers on
Look,
it all the
I
time.
tried to fix it. The part's on the way.
Oh, Steven the mechanic now, I guess, right?
I
You're a
broke
slicer
it more.
expert. All
I'm
I'm
not
saying,
an
we need a
expert.
new fucking slicer. That's that.
You want to shell out $5,000?
I know we can afford it because we've definitely doubled our sales since last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
So
that's on that.
the next topic.
And speaking of
No,
thumbs,
it's not my call.
when I was in high school, I was taking quilting class, and like one of my classmates,
Rewind.
we had a quilting class. It was
Home ec?
basically what it was.
Home ec.
No, so home ec actually
Silly.
was a different class.
You had a separate class.
I believe so.
For
If-
quilting.
Yes, specifically for quilting.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I know yeah.
No, that sounds awesome.
It was all right. I
was
mean, I learned how to. I made it
Thinking
pretty
about
dope
majoring
quilt.
in that in college.
Quilting.
Yeah. They didn't offer it at TSU though.
I want to make the AIDS quilt.
What
better.
happened? What happened?
So one of my classmates was using. I mean, they basically are like pizza cutters, like cut fabric on like the ruler type thing, and just wasn't paying attention and had her thumb like that and sliced half of her thumb off, like starting from like here, like up. I shouldn't say half, but I mean a good chunk, like nail and everything, was just
Motherfucker.
cut off. And unfortunately, I wasn't in the room for it at the time, but everyone.
I would've videoed that
Everyone
shit.
told me about it because I got video. People like immediately started
perfect.
filming it, and it was pretty fucking
Look at
gnarly.
this dumbass with the
Yeah, dude, and so she had to go to the hospital, and they like did whatever shit to it and put like some metal like cap over it
Oh,
that she had to like keep on for a long time.
nice.
And now, if you look at it, at least from the last time I think I looked at her thumb, I don't think it looked that
when
bad.
was this? Can we get a date?
Far. It may have been my senior year. I think it
Oh
was
my
my
God.
senior year.
Well, like, if you guys remember, like, 2 years ago when we were going to Weekend at Willie's, like, the very first night,
Yeah.
I slammed my left thumb, this same thumb, in a fucking car door. I had to spend the whole weekend nearly blackout drunk and on ibuprofen because my thumb was, like, the size of a fucking, like, plum. And it was just so painful. So this is like this.
Brought to you by
Exactly. This is, like, the second time this thumb has seen this trauma, but, like, legit, like, I don't know. It's not like the worst pain ever because you can definitely deal with something like that far away from like, you know, your like internal self, your internal organs or whatever. But like, it's just awful. Like, especially having to deal with like the nurse literally told me, she's like, yeah, your thumbnail's probably never gonna grow back. So I like had to deal with the fact for like 6 months before my thumbnail grew back that I was just gonna have a stump without a fucking nail on it.
You could like draw it.
And that's what I was thinking. I was literally gonna glue like
You could
a
get a
nail.
tattoo, yeah, a tattoo of a nail.
That's what I was thinking. Honestly, I was like, how am I gonna make this thumb look normal? And I don't know, it's probably never gonna be normal, but
It wouldn't
we'll
look normal. It's tattooed.
Didn't you have to go get it drained a shit ton of
Oh
times?
yeah. So I tried draining it. That I heated up a corkscrew while we were at the cabin, and I
That's what
tried
happened.
melting it through my nail because that's what they said to do. Like you guys,
Oh, I feel
you know,
like
I
that
was listening.
hurts
We
to
are
so bad.
No, the thing is like when you melt through your nail, you can't feel it. It's really weird. It's like a weird sensation. So like I tried melting through it, and I got scared about halfway through. So I had melted a hole about halfway through my nail, and then when the doctor did it, she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna melt your nail right now." And I didn't even feel anything besides pressure release. So like, I actually felt really good to like be able to get it. And there's so much
Gotta try that.
Yeah.
drainage came out. It was absolutely disgusting. I don't want to. But yeah, the whole
That's awesome.
the whole
That's
thumbnail
awesome.
came off. You know, I grew a new one.
Dude, awesome.
Oh, that's
Dude,
awesome.
that's
That's
awesome.
Dude,
Oh.
It
What
was
you
just
got?
fucking insane.
what you got?
So yeah, we were just playing
Um,
Four Loko Sphere and fucking I was drunk the whole weekend straight. They were like, "Why didn't you come in sooner?" I'm like, "I wasn't about to leave like a weekend retreat with the homies to go to the hospital for fuck's sake."
we went to the Reamer Hospital. It was just Bigfoot.
Bigfoot was my doctor, I guess. I don't know.
He said, "Keep partying."
God damn, I just spilled wine on myself.
He was like, hey, that one guy's sweaty. I like his van.
He's
He's got some nice decals.
Oh
on
my
there.
god! Did he total his van earlier this year?
No.
Doesn't he have a different car now?
Does he? I know when we were at the bachelor party, it broke down. Or was that a different car?
It was a different one. He had just got a
He just
different
has the
one,
worst
that-
luck.
and then it
Yeah.
broke down. Yeah.
I remember the
poor
one
guy.
car he
Totally
sold
bad.
to Bowser for a couple $100.
Oh my god.
He was missing all of his tool sets, and Bowser was like, "Dude, you'll never guess what I just found in the shop. Like 9 tool sets." And I was like, "Jesus Christ, Sweat.
Sweat, if you're hearing this, man,
You gotta
get
pay-
your tool sets.
Yeah.
Bowser's got him.
Or was it
Not
the Jag?
anymore." No, I had the
No.
jack.
No, but Willie said you had his
Yeah,
tool
that
set.
was awesome. The guy confronts me, comes to my house. He's like, "Willie said you had my tool set." "No, Sweat, I have your jack." "No, Willie said you." I was like, I handed him the jack. I was like, "This is your jack." He's like, "Okay." "So I have your jack. I don't have your tool set."
Oh
Willie
my
said, "No, Willie's wrong." "So Willie must have my jack then." "No, I have your jack."
Oh, Sweat. Speaking of Willie, dude, I was like, we were at the bars one time when he was up for Halloween, and I watched him literally steal a pool stick from the bars, and it was honestly one of the funniest things I've ever seen because he had stuck
his
it down
pants.
his pants, right, and so he had the top part just sticking out of his waistband.
So when he
And then
walked,
he-
he probably had to
No,
walk.
literally, like he like
No.
stuck the other half up his shirt. He walked out with like a limp.
When we got,
Like
when we
this.
got 2 feet out the door, like he literally just pulled it out and handed it to me, and I just started like walking around like I was like
Parading.
the lead person in a fucking.
Well,
marching
because
band.
at that point, if anyone was outside and saw you, they just assume you brought your own pool stick because people do it all the time.
It's a
True. That
property
pool
of
stick is
fucking-
actually hanging up in my room right now. So I got
'Cause
I
you
got some.
stole it.
I definitely stole it.
From
I
a
like
kid
to
that
collect
stole
things.
it.
I like to collect things when I'm drunk. Honestly, I've
Acquire.
I've
Is it stealing if you took something that someone else stole?
well,
Like,
honestly
like is it like
Yes, I mean,
is it
Not
still
really.
stealing?
Mhm.
I don't think so.
Well, at that point, you're
That man
stealing
worked
from
hard.
them.
Tactically acquiring, I'd
is
say.
the, yeah, well, that's the term for everything.
You
We don't-
finessed it.
I
We don't
finished it.
use the word steal.
I was at, like,
That's
a-
bad.
I was at like a party last weekend and I found this cool hat in the bathroom and I told everybody I was going to steal it and I did. So I was like, this is my hat now. It's a cool neon orange construction hat, and I like definitely told Megs and Tiff earlier. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear this down Apple River so you guys can like find my body when I'm like floating in the reeds. Honestly, so we'll see how that goes.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I think Wisconsin's fully open now.
I mean, there's no COVID in Wisconsin, from at least what that lady
They
told
just
us.
banned it from the state.
Yeah, that's what I
They
heard.
were like, no.
They're like, you know what, COVID.
COVID.
Well, I
is-
You had a good run.
I just remember
You're
this
out.
lady like screaming,
Yeah.
"There's no COVID in Somerset!" as we're all like in our swimsuits, like
Thank
about to
God.
tie together in like a mass of like 30 tubes and go down the fucking river. But what a fun time, though. Honestly,
I wasn't able to go.
I know
That was
Victoria
a
had
shitty-
fun enough
Went
for
to
the
the-
both of you, though. She was wilding out.
How many have we gone to?
2. You've gone to like 3 though, because you went with
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Twice in 1 year, I got so burnt. I was rubbing aloe plants on my body for a week.
I think you killed my aloe plant.
Yeah.
I got really burnt last summer when we went to my buddy's cabin, and that was I still like have some like
scars
on
yeah,
my shoulders. And
my
stuff
shoulders
from
I
it.
think are still tan.
It's really
like,
my
not
whole.
tan,
I
but
was dumb and I just didn't put enough on like my stomach and chest.
I
And
was
my
just
whole
drunk. I didn't
front
put
was
any
just
on. Like
just totally
that ride
scorched.
that drive home was so uncomfortable.
Like
It sucked.
someone like that said that I could use their sunscreen, like went to go put theirs on and it was like running out and they thought it was a full bottle. And they put the rest of it on themselves and then handed me an empty bottle. I was like, what the fuck?
So you were like
So
rubbing
am I
them and you were like,
Yeah,
give
I
me
was
some of
like-
that.
I was like, let me just scrape.
give me a
No,
hug.
someone else was just like, well, I have this stuff. It's 5 SPF. I was like,
tanning oil,
that's
straight up.
better than nothing, but turns out to be way worse because
Yeah.
it helps the sun. Like,
Yeah, I got to put on that high SPF because I'm pale as fuck and I burn so easily.
I
so.
don't
White
really
boy
have
summer.
that problem.
Yeah, white boy summer.
we're getting
Not
there.
not to sound like a fucking, you know, like I'm better than you guys, but like
But you
literally no, like
Except for-
last summer I was at like a Airbnb with my mom and my family, which was honestly a fun time. I spent about
She
12 hours.
changed races.
Yeah, hey, we're not going that far, but no, like, okay, so I spent about 12 hours on a Maui mat,
just did.
drunk as fuck, literally drunk as fuck on a Maui mat, and like I came to 12:20, you know, to go like see my friends after I got back. I walked down the stairs and Josh like literally just did a double take at me. He's like, I thought you were native. I was like, Josh, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm just
Did I
tan
not
as
just-
fuck.
I
I was like,
overshadowed everything she just said.
Well,
But we're not getting into that.
I had to explain it, alright? I just had to explain.
You just got really fucking tan.
really tan, you know,
Really
really dark. I have that.
I wish I could get
I just get
like
red.
pretty decent. Yeah,
And then peely.
I'm a lobster, and then it all my Noah jerky peels off, and then I'm back to this. And I'm
It's like, you
like,
just
all
like
right,
molt.
progress.
You
He's
just
like a
shed
spider.
into my
Yeah.
natural skin.
Oh my god.
Get this red
I'm
skin off.
molting.
Oh, well, you know, like in the first episode of Noah's Lounge, you talked about creepy dudes at the bar, and you said there was like one specific person. Well, surprise, that's fucking, like, that's me.
Like you're not the creepy one. You're the one.
I know, I'm not the
ones-
creepy person. I'm the
You're
one,
the
the one
girl-
the
you're
creepy
the
person
girl-
like
I've
prey
seen
on.
you,
Yeah.
stalk multiple people.
Obviously, shut the fuck up. So, like, I just wanted to touch on this, but like, I didn't realize it until you guys said something about how many people they actually push through to come talk to me, because like I'll be standing in like a literal like group of you guys, and they'll just literally be like, "Hey," and like be right up in my personal space.
Literally,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
what some guy did to me and Tiffany. He like pushed us out of the way and like
No
we looked at each
excuse
other
me or
like,
anything.
I'm like, "Hey, these
What?
are my girlfriends. What the fuck are you doing?" Honestly.
Say excuse me. All right, go ahead.
Just some of the shit that the guys at the bar say is absolutely insane. Like, there was one day I ordered a Bloody Mary, and granted it was like probably
How
10:30 p.m.
Dare you?
Well, no, straight up, this guy looked over at me, he's like, Bloody Mary? And I'm like, yeah. Like, what of it? And he's like, you're
Trying to
scary as fuck.
fuck?
I'm like, what? He's like, you're so intimidating. I'm like, what makes me intimidating? He came up to the bar and ordered a fucking drink. Like, honestly,
It was a
and
Bloody Mary.
yeah.
It was
Well,
a
then he said,
spicy-
then he called me Bloody Girl for the rest of the night. Like, I
Oh,
did.
that's right.
Yeah,
I
and then, you know, there was a couple times at the bar
It
afterwards.
happens to all women once a month.
You're a
Very-
bloody
I'm
girl,
so-
and you were like, not this week.
I should have said that. That's
Coming
very
up.
off-putting. He probably would have fucked off.
No, he probably would.
He
He
would've
would have been like,
oh,
awesome.
perfect.
He would have been like, oh, so you're not bloody girl this week.
Sweet.
yeah.
Want to come back to my shitty little studio apartment? Not a fucking chance, dude.
Maybe he has a house.
It's probably got nice. Probably got kids too.
No, he definitely seemed like the kind of guy that had like a one-bedroom apartment with maybe like a TV on the floor and like a recliner, and that's it.
Dude,
What's
there was
wrong?
one time where like we were playing pool and I think Baby by Justin Bieber came on and you were like just kind of dancing off to the side or whatever. And some like, I don't know, dude in his 30s, late 30s, early 40s came and just started like got shoulder to shoulder with you and was trying to dance too. And it was really awkward. And you just kind of like walked away after like, like you both kind of just danced there for a bit and we all just kind of looked and then you just kind of walked away. And then he had to do this weird like, kind of awkward like walk back to the bar because he quickly realized now he's the only one dancing in the middle of the fucking place and he just kind of looked around and was like
Yeah,
still
like,
and then he like just he just kind of stopped and then walked back to the bars and fucked off.
Well,
And I was just like, dude, go home to your kids who are probably the same age as her. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my god, it's been pretty
She's not
atrocious,
that young.
honestly. Well, it's like, no, there's like been some older gentlemen too that'll come up to me. wow, your tattoos are awesome, or like, you're so beautiful. Like, what are you doing in here? I'm like,
God, that
I'm here to fucking
I hate when people compliment me.
listen. Like, everybody's like, why don't you just let the guys buy you drinks? I'm like, because then I have to deal with them the whole fucking
Because
night.
it's an invitation for them.
Exactly.
In
In
guys'
their
minds,
mind.
they're like, oh, she wants me.
I'm like,
Well, yeah,
obviously.
It's like Kid Rock and
Connect-
Joe Dirt
connect the
when they
dots.
don't invite him to Dairy Queen with Joe Dirt. What was the girl's name? I forgot.
Christina Aguilera.
What?
That was
Threw a
I
name
don't
out.
know. I don't know.
What- he
Jocelyn
doesn't
Rose.
get Kid Rock doesn't get invited to Dairy Queen, and then they leave, and he's like, she wants me. Like that's what they think. If you
No,
are
they're
like,
playing
yeah,
hard to get.
buy me a drink.
I'm like,
You
do
know.
I want to get drunk for free? Absolutely, but do I want to deal with these guys all night? Not a fucking chance. Like,
You're gonna
why-
have to.
since no, why do men think it's an open invitation? That like if they buy me a drink, they offer to buy me a drink, and I say yes, right? Why do they think that's an invitation for something more?
Because that's
That's the
Why?
starter.
that's just men.
Well, no, think about
Just
it.
as a-
Okay,
as
so
a
you
man-
like boys will
how-
be
As a
how-
boys.
man,
how
no,
else
as a
how-
man,
how else are you
I'm
gonna
just telling you,
progress?
like that's just what goes through their heads.
Jesus
They're
fucking
immediately
Christ.
the first thing that comes to mind is like, yeah, she wants me.
No,
Like not, oh, she just wants a free drink, because who the hell wouldn't want a free drink? Like, yeah.
I'm gonna start switching this stigma. I'm just gonna go up to random ass guys at the bar and be creepy as fuck. Like, hey, I like your super like dirty like
It's gonna
fucking
go
jacket.
very bad.
Yeah.
Do you want me to buy you a drink?
Because then they'll be like, yeah,
It doesn't work the other way around. Like, I
No,
saw-
if the
I saw-
exact same thing is gonna happen.
No.
Now they're just gonna think you want them.
But listen. So like, I was on Facebook the other day, and of course, and I saw this post that was like, oh, I don't want like gay people in my vicinity. It'd be so weird to get hit on by random ass dudes or whatever. And it's like coming from a male standpoint, and like the picture was like some chick being like,
I remember you shared
yeah,
that.
it's like.
It's like, well, that's what you
It's so
do.
like double sided, It's just really weird to me that it doesn't go the same way around. Like, why guys don't realize what they're doing.
My,
And then-
my favorite one was the guy that came up to you and was like, you want to go smoke?
And I was like, bro,
You're like,
I was
"Smoke
drunk as fuck."
what?
Exactly.
And he was just like, whatever.
well, I
And
had,
he
I had a
was-
full, I had a full drink too, and he's like, "Can I buy you a drink at least?" I'm like, "I'm good." And then he just walks up to me. He's like, "I know you." I'm like, "No, you fucking don't."
No,
I
I just offered you a drink.
didn't he? He
I
said
did
he knew.
not
He said he knew Richard too, and he's like, "What's your name again?" Like Randy.
Yeah, he
I'm
said
like,
some
"No,
random ass name, and he's
no."
like, nope. And he's like, no, you do this, and it's like, I never done that.
Oh, I
before.
was talking to Michael.
"You was
It's
talking
like
to
you're a
Richard?"
working man.
Oh, that's right. You sell shit.
Yeah, you sell shit. Or
Wasn't
you-
that the
he
older
thought that he
guy?
No,
Could,
you
no,
slice
he was
the
shit.
one
young.
that we
That's
called my
You
dad.
slice
but-
shit. Yeah, he's like, you work at a meat
That
shop.
was Rocco. Rocco at the bars.
Yeah, I was.
No, there was
I
another
know
guy.
you. You're a working man. It's like I have a job. Yes.
I do make money.
I do actually,
You
get
got
a
me.
paycheck every once in a while.
You caught me.
Oh,
You're a good man, Rocco. you
good man.
do your research.
Oh my god. The worst is like I feel so awful when like I'm sober at the bar. I'm just getting there and there's people there that recognize me.
You're never sober at a bar.
Hey, well, sometimes I actually
You're
go there
blackout
sober.
before you
No,
get
no, I black out when I leave. We'll get to that later.
Oh, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, you got some shit to dish on that. But anyway, so like
This girl.
So, oh shit, where was I going with this?
Exactly.
No,
now
no,
you're
no,
thinking
no.
about the one story.
No, okay, listen. So, like, there was this one time I was, like, sober at the bar, and this person comes up to me and gives me a hug. They're like, oh my god, the conversation we had last time was so great. I'm like, I have no recollection. I can't remember what I told you. Like, what's your name again? And they're like, you don't remember? I'm like, sorry, man. I must have just been off this shit, honestly. Like, it must have been the weekend where I just spent, like, $250 at the bars. Like, my first weekend when I was 21. That was a time. But, I feel like everybody has to ball out when they turn 21 at first.
Oh my god! But we were
Yeah.
buying you everything. You still spent that much. I was like, how,
What
what
can I
were you
say?
doing
I
behind
like-
our
Because
backs?
there were
like
there
to
were
share.
random times where you would just come back with like, well, there were 9 of us there at that point, and you came up with like
Beyond
9 shots.
blacked out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I had a good time. I just wanted everybody else to have a good
We
time.
were doing something.
I was doing something. That was, oh god, that whole weekend. I don't really. It's definitely not PC, but I dropped some stuff in the toilet. It was a wild weekend. I wish I could delve deeper into that, honestly. But it was a good time. Yeah, I feel bad. I woke up the next morning and I grabbed my wallet and it was like I grabbed some like bills out and they were all soaking wet and I was like, what the fuck happened? So like I snapped my girlfriend from the night before and she's like, yeah, you dropped your wallet in the toilet. I'm like, okay. I'm like, did I grab it? And she's like, yeah, you grabbed it out. I was like, was it at least like clean, And she's like, yeah, it was. I was like, okay, cool. And then I think that was also the night I stole the faucet handle from my house.
You got some toilet stories there.
Yes,
Miss
Victoria.
Quiet.
No. That was like
You've been to the toilet.
that was like a darty at
I
the
have.
I remember
day.
we showed the first time I showed you pictures of the house when we moved into the first one. You're like, yeah, showing pictures. All of a sudden, we got to the bathroom picture. It was like, I can't wait to steal that.
Well, like, it was just it was just like a regular darty day at 300, and Vic's like, "We come to the bathroom with me?" I'm like, "Bro, of course." And like next thing you know, like she sits on the toilet and the whole seat just like pops off. Like it literally popped off. Cause that brings me another topic that I can't forget is like how shitty the fucking landlords and the houses are in this town. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
so like she literally like the whole toilet seat pops
Careful
off,
what
and
you
she's
say.
literally like she's like holding this toilet seat. And I'm taking a picture of her, and the whole time I'm noticing like just how fucking dirty this toilet seat is. I'm like, Georgia, you need to put that shit down like
Wild.
now. But it was
Wild.
amazing. It was an amazing video.
Behind this quiet face is a very
It's
wild.
Kelsey, bro. It's Kelsey when she gets just fucking hammered. It's amazing. You know, I love the
I turn
rain.
into Scrooge.
Yeah. She doesn't get blackout too often. But
No.
when you do,
It's bad.
It's amazing.
you drink Dos Equis.
Dos Equis. The most interesting woman in the world.
Yeah.
Steal your own toilet seat, I dare you.
TR wakes up. Where's the toilet seat,
Vic,
Vic?
we're about to
Victoria,
move.
what the hell?
You can't. It's like under her shirt.
All right, we're gonna have to take your security deposit. We can't seem to find the toilet seat. Do you guys know where that might be?
Landlords will take your security
No.
deposit if there's a scratch on the wall. Straight up, they'll be like, "Yeah, this was not here."
There's one.
There's a couple. It's probably from like
You.
doing podcasts. Definitely not me yet. Just give me a second.
No, this
That was all there
all
when we
those have
moved.
all
No.
been there.
Yeah.
No, not
When
what
we
my
first got
landlord
this
said.
place, they were like, the
Paint-
landlord was like, "You can paint that," and she pretty much said, "You should repaint that wall because the blue looks awful," which it does look a little weird.
I mean,
I mean,
it's interesting.
And
I mean,
these ones are like inverted because there are blue stripes up there, and that's blue with white.
But why would we do
stripes.
free labor?
exactly.
Well,
They
That
want to
is
do it for
different.
them.
What the hell is that?
I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
this is our forever
Well-
house.
well, yeah, but
I think they wanted to do the whole place like this, and then they ran out of blue paint.
No,
They're
it's
like,
called an accent.
we're
wall.
just gonna
And
do
they were like, "We
blue
have enough.
stripes
We
on
have
that
enough blue
side."
paint for blue stripes up there."
We'll just alternate.
It's called an accent wall. Have you guys ever like?
No.
Oh, okay. I took a couple design classes, so like no big deal. But I don't have anything to show for it, so you know.
I don't think
Well, what?
there's any sort of accent
You just
going
drop
on.
knowledge.
It's the
just
accent wall. It's blue.
Okay.
Every other wall is white.
Well,
well, I like them
You're
all.
colorblind.
This
You
one-
can't even
color.
talk.
I mean, this one doesn't even have the blue stripes on it. What happened?
I don't know. Maybe they ran out of
They
paper.
ran
That's
out
what
of
I'm
paint.
saying. They wanted to do the whole place like this. They were like, "Fuck."
You're
Oh
like,
my
wait.
God. Everybody on the
Did
like,
you
listening
say-
just, like on the podcast
did
would be like, I can't see shit. These guys are dumb as fuck. I
Did
can't
you
see
say
this.
1 10-gallon thing of paint or 10?
One
One
gallon.
gallon.
It's the
It's
same.
the same.
amount.
I only have.
I brought 1 5 gallon.
I bought one thing to the blue spray.
I brought a 5 gallon. That'll do it.
That'll do, donkey.
That should get with one coat on each wall.
You know what? We'll just do this wall. This will be an accent wall.
Yeah,
I
this-
went to college.
This place is definitely a lot nicer than the places I've lived in so far in Bemidji. Like, you guys remember Big Red? That place had, like, cracks running up, like, the stairwell and the wall. It literally looked like the whole upstairs was going to collapse into the downstairs at any minute. And, like, for some reason, these landlords still have the audacity to charge, like, upwards to $1,400 for rent. And I don't understand that.
Where else you want to live?
Well, exactly. They do that because there's nowhere
They
else
know
to live.
college kids will live there, but it's out 1 2 3. That was like
Plus,
Dude,
they know there's
that
going to be
place-
like
the
4 to 5
thing was
people.
1 2 3 was pretty fucking huge. So it was like,
If you think
okay,
about
whatever,
it, if
it's
you're
fine.
making like a big boy, big girl job salary, $1,400 a month to like rent anywhere else, like if you were down in the cities, like that's insanely cheap
Well,
because
yeah.
you're like one person. But they know that it's going to be split between like 4 or 5 college kids. That should be reasonable.
That's pretty fucking capitalist, if you ask me. They're just trying to make money off of us. I know.
part of the job.
We come like from different viewpoints, but like my landlord, I don't know about anybody else, but my landlord's raising rent like next lease. They're like, there's raising it by $100, but he has like no reason to because we live like in a 1970s house, the 1970s kitchen. I'm like, if you're gonna be charging me like $1,500 for rent. Can you at least, like, update some shit?
Yeah.
Like, the wallpaper has fucking apples on it. It's, like, just tiny printed apples in the kitchen. I'm like, this is
What's
fucking
wrong
ugly.
with apples?
I love
It's
apples.
ugly.
I
It's
love
ugly. Shut up.
Would you rather oranges?
Honestly, I would rather just have a nice, solidly colored painted wall. Maybe a nice backsplash.
But you guys think the same way. You're like, damn it. Blues-
I should have,
white
maybe
stripes.
should have bought more paint. Who knows?
Fuck. one color. That's all I ask. One colored wall.
Yeah, I mean it's been nice just for like living here for 2 years. Like the only complaint is we don't have washer dryer here.
Oh, do you gotta
Yeah.
pay
That
for laundry?
sucks. but
No, we don't
it's
have like any
there's
option
nothing
here.
here.
Other
Oh,
houses,
fuck.
right?
Yeah, so Vic takes mine and hers and goes and does it at.
So you're just sitting back. while she
yeah,
goes
but
on.
I'll get her a roll of quarters and give if she has to go to a place where they like
Okay,
so she'll do it at
that's your part. You're the money guy. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
here's the quarters. Wash
you
my
go
stinky.
you go
boxes.
you do the
I
laundry.
left a little surprise.
Oh my god, like from
What
like
was
Austin
that? That
Powers.
was Austin
I left a
Powers.
little surprise
Yeah,
for
I
you.
might have pinched one off a little too soon.
Oh my god.
Hey, diaper lady. Yes? Here's your roll of quarters and your shit socks.
Oh my
I
god.
ran out of
groin
toilet
cream
paper.
lady.
Groin cream lady.
You're the
That's another
washer
great-
and you're the groin cream.
That's a
lady.
great story, too.
Yeah. Tell
No, it's not
what's
that
the
great.
what's the
It's
groin
great.
cream? Talk about that. Wait, HIPAA. It's fine. What's the
Who had to put on the groin cream?
Vic
She
put-
did. She was groin cream lady.
Wait, did you have to put
Rub
on the
cream on the
Yeah.
groin.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
What? Elaborate.
I,
Ah!
It was.
as someone who's going for a medical degree, I can't risk.
Correct.
You know,
correct,
HIPAA.
Correct. Hippos.
Hip
I
hop.
love those.
Let's just say you've applied your fair share of creams.
To
Yeah.
the groin area.
Speaking of creams,
And
I
we're not talking about me.
Oh,
wink,
my
wink.
God.
Yikes.
Speaking of that.
Speaking of sex.
Oh, I had to get eye cream last week. I had an eyelid infection.
Oh my.
Eye cream.
Yeah, well, it was
It's
like
the
it was,
same thing
it
they
was
use
just
for the groin.
hydrocortisone.
Just put it like on your bags or what?
No, I had
What's
an
eye
eyelid
cream?
What are
I had
you
an
s-
eyelid infection. It was. I don't really want to
She
talk
had
about
pink eye.
it. No, I didn't have pink eye.
She
Ladies, this is a
farted.
PSA. Wash off your makeup, otherwise you'll get blepharitis, which is an eyelid infection.
Blepharitis is pink eye.
Blepharitis. No, it's not.
Alright, fine.
All right, you
You're
know,
right.
fuck
You are
it.
correct, yes.
Alright,
But
fine,
anyway,
fine.
back to let's talk about how the youth these days, you two, are getting incredibly horny on Twitter.
Hey,
My
my Twitter handle isn't horny on the main for no reason.
Literally, sometimes I'll log on to Twitter. I don't tweet anything, but sometimes I just like to see.
You don't even like them either.
Yeah,
Why
because
would
I'm
you
like,
it?
I like read them and I'm like,
What
That's
the
awesome.
fuck? That's
I was
awesome.
like, really? Like,
I talked about my vibrator
You-
struggles on Twitter. I've talked about a lot of shit on Twitter.
you the other day just tweeted marinated coochie.
Yeah.
Oh, I said drop the recipe. Honestly.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, boy.
It's like, what?
There's this like
Sometimes you just gotta tweet out some random stuff that you know will make people laugh.
I love it.
And yeah, so I'm
It's
just like,
honestly though,
this
like,
is funny. Like when I sometimes I'll just tweet out soapy titties.
Yeah,
I think it's hilarious.
titties dragging on the floor.
Titties,
One of them was
titties
just like,
going down the stairs.
I'm horny.
well, that's one of my favorites.
And then I'm like, TR, what are you doing? You're embarrassing Victoria.
yeah,
she's not on
it's
Twitter.
not embarrassing.
It's just shit posting. It's
posting
marinated coochie.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
understand.
What's
You
the
wouldn't
what
understand.
marinated in what?
just
Is that the appetizer?
that's morning coochie because it's been marinating all night.
Oh, okay.
Ah, interesting.
So that's
I didn't think about
breakfast.
it like that. Oh my god.
That's breakfast.
Like,
And then dessert is non-marinated.
Non-marinated.
Chocolate.
Interesting.
Chocolate
This is taking an interesting turn.
Well,
Well, no, they're okay. So like to take care of piercings, so this is like the saline spray, and on the you know, like the medical advice or whatever, it's like sprays in any position, even when inverted. And I've always thought that phrase was sexual. And then finally, I just had like the golden idea to like take a picture of it and tweet it and said same.
Yeah,
And I got like a lot of likes on that, and I was like very proud of it. And
it
like
was very funny.
Meg's tweet, like she was drunk tweeting the other day. She just tweeted "I love women" and it got like
Yeah,
30
yeah.
likes. It was
I
fucking
retweeted
awesome.
it,
I saw it from you. I was
Yeah.
like, cool.
Oh,
Duly
On,
noted. TR likes women.
Loves
I deleted a tweet. I did it after April Fool's Day, so like it was like 12:15. Yeah. So like it was April Fool's Day. I wasn't thinking about. I deleted it because I should have done it where like the original tweet I tweeted out. I should have quote tweeted it like, instead of commenting on it, because I didn't think enough people would see it, I just tweeted out, "I'm gay!" exclamation point. And then I was gonna I commented on it, and I was like, wait, it's not April Fool's anymore. But I should have quote tweeted it, and I was like beating myself up the next morning about it. I was like, it's not even that funny, because now people are just gonna see this tweet that says "I'm gay," and like I don't give a fuck. But I should have just
right up your Twitter alley. Then.
I know,
like,
but I just deleted because I wanted to like quote tweet it. So
Well,
speaking of April Fool's Twitter, did you see Cordero Patterson was just like
he was like, "I'm coming back to Minnesota," and then he was like, "Oh, I forgot it's April Fool's Day." So then some people were like, "Oh, he's serious."
I thought he was serious. I was like, that's awesome.
Is this like sports talk?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't understand.
No, that pissed me off too.
So sports.
Well, I was just gonna say like
I
was like speaking of gay and speaking of Twitter, we got Lil Nas X.
We're
All
going
right,
back.
we're going back. We're going back to Twitter. Lil Nas
Fuck
X.
sports.
No, like "Call Me by Your Name" was probably one of like I would say probably the greatest like pieces of art of 2021 so far, and I just think everybody's got their panties in a bunch for no reason because like. Back when like all these big hair bands were coming out and everything, they were using satanic imagery the whole time, and everybody's like, there was like the resistance about it, but there's people that were like, fuck yeah, and these same white,
they're the same old white people that are like, Lil Nas
It's
is
because the
twerking on
world
the devil.
changed. Like
the world's constantly changing. You need to like.
we're so
always be with it.
sensitive now.
Yeah. Well, it's not even a thing of like people being so sensitive. It's people acting like they're so sensitive to get internet clout. It's not a thing of we're not getting more offended. We're pretending to be more offended because that's what sells on like Twitter, especially. So
I
like
think
when
a lot
you
of
react
people
to
are
something
getting more
on
offended.
online and you're like, that's like blah blah blah. We should like cancel that. They said this or they did this. You're just like basically trying to like pat yourself on the back or like jerk yourself off. And you're just like,
You
yeah,
love doing that.
I know everything.
I was
about
gonna
that.
say
So-
I can't sleep at night until I see TR's Twitter post that just said finally finished.
I'm done.
Sweet.
No, yeah, but like
Good morning,
dude, like
people.
Iron Maiden
Marinated coochie.
has their song "Number of the Beast."
Yeah, and then
And
all
they're
their,
like-
all their,
and all the old white people out there back in the
They're like,
80s, they're like, "That's fucking awesome." And nowadays they're like, "Lil Nas X,
he's gay. We can't.
He's
we
gay.
Can't, we can't support him if he's gay. I'm
and
like,
he's
you know
twerking on
what?
Satan." No.
Well, you know, my thing is he killed Satan at the end, right? But the thing
Yeah.
is, if you tell all these gay people that they're going to hell for like being who they are, they're eventually just gonna fucking embrace it and be like, "Yeah, what's up? I'm going to hell, but I'm still get to express who I am." In the life that I live. And like honestly nobody knows if there's an afterlife, so like why does it even fucking matter? Like might as well just live it up while you're on this fucking earth and like go for it. Like love who you love, be who you are. That's my inspirational quote for the day, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that shit did get like crazy. And then he made the Satan shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that like
I kind of heard about it a little bit, but I don't
That was really-
follow on
he basically like partnered with a different
that.
company, not Nike.
I heard Nike's suing him or something.
Yeah, so they're suing. So he partnered with a company that customizes shoes. It's not Nike. So they basically get these Nike shoes themselves and then will customize them. So he had them customize these Nikes to make a Satan shoe. But Nike had nothing to do with it. So there were people that were getting mad at Nike for it, even though Nike had nothing to do with it. Because once someone buys a Nike shoe, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly.
If you want to buy a pair of Nikes and then just like burn them the next day.
Not according to Nike.
Yeah. So Nike got pissed off about it and they were like, we don't have anything to do with Lil Nas X or this brand, like it's not on us, but they still receive so much flack that now they're like suing the company over it.
That's fucked up.
No publicity is bad.
Isn't that like? Isn't
Yeah,
that like?
exactly.
Isn't
They're-
this, like
they're
f-
pissed
freedom
off.
of expression and like speech or whatever? Like you should be.
That
able to
goes
do
out
what
the
you want.
window these days. Fuck it. Like everyone's so sensitive. Like,
Well, both sides are the same because you got the one side who's like, oh, there's no such thing as like cancel culture, like blah blah blah, and then like let comedians tell whatever jokes they want, let people do whatever, cancel culture, you libtards are like you're all snowflakes and you're freaking out about whatever, and then they're freaking out about the Satan shoe and Lil Nas X, and they're like, my kids will never listen to Lil Nas X ever again.
I would love to hear Carl Sewell's like what he has. To say.
If dude, I bet he would give a good talk on it, and
Oh,
he'd be
yeah.
like, "It's all fucking stupid. You should
Poor
let freedom
Spider-Man.
of expression." Poor Spider.
You know, I did see Carl Sewell, like, it was probably like 2 months ago now, but he was outside the smoke shop, and he is
Classic.
just looking more and more unhinged every time I see him. Like, his hair's growing out
Homeless.
now. It's all like,
That's what
like
happens.
it's not like, it's like messy. It's not matted. It's just like messy and like sticking up at all angles. You know, I always see him like walking his dog and everything too. I'm like, you know what? He's living his best life, honestly. Like, good for him. He's being who he is.
He just doesn't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Nah, man.
That's what I think everybody should be like, is just not giving a fuck, though, straight up.
Yeah. He kind of like, he didn't necessarily preach that in like college classes, but he was very obviously like, you know, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I enjoyed every class I had with him.
same.
Make
It
a
was
petition,
awesome.
get him back.
Very interested. Very interesting.
Maybe not these days, but
Well,
gotta get him a
I'm
suit
not in
again.
school, but I'm going back in the fall, though. I think, honestly, everybody's school journey, everybody should take their time with it. Like, everybody's on their own timeline and own journey and whatnot.
True.
But
Plus, this online shit's bullshit.
I just, honestly, and with
Dude,
an
online,
class,
no matter what anyone will tell you, online classes are so much harder
Yeah.
than in-person classes.
Well, unless
They're
you're like
so,
that weird dude that like
That's like, actually,
lives
they're
on a
easy.
computer.
Yeah.
like, okay.
Technically.
Technically, it's actually easier.
I'm great at
because-
multitasking. I
yeah.
got 2 monitors. One's for video games, the other one's for classes.
Well, half the time they're gaming while they're in their classes, too.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean,
when
why
I was
not?
in-person classes.
I was gaming.
Yeah, I was just like,
Dude,
my
that
phone.
was, oh my god, I was playing. You know,
I gotta
remember
ask
when like
them.
Mario Kart was like on the iPhones and it was kind of big for a little while?
Yeah.
I used to I bought like the subscription and everything. I was playing that shit in
Oh.
class while we were watching a movie, and my teacher comes around the corner and he like comes over my shoulder. He's like, "Oh, this seems really interesting." I'm like, "Oh,
Like, yeah.
my God."
You know, you want to-
No, I was like, we were watching a fucking documentary on Helvetica, which is like a type of font. Which is, if you can imagine, this is
Oof.
probably not the most interesting thing in the world. So about a half hour in, I brought out Mario Kart and I was trying to play it
You
all
lasted a
secretively.
half hour on.
I mean,
Typography?
I was in typography. That was the class. You know, it was definitely. You know,
Oh,
I learned a lot.
This
learned
is
a lot.
What type of soil do you have outside of your house?
That's not
It's
typography.
black.
What kind of dirt do you guys have
Yeah.
outside your house?
Black
dirt.
No,
No.
you're wrong. No, I'm pretty sure I'm right.
It's definitely black dirt, and he's like, there are 50 different kinds of dirts out there.
I
I'm
don't
like,
think-
bro,
Oh my God.
I don't give a
I
fuck.
think you're sane in the membrane.
What happened in 1919?
It was Carl
We had
Isaacson.
two
with
was
that.
established.
Jesus.
It might have been Carl. You never know.
No, it definitely,
It definitely
it was
wasn't
just
Carl.
some old crutchy man.
Carl.
Motherfucker. Goddamn.
So typography.
I don't. That's like the most boring topic you could ask me about.
Perfect.
Honestly,
Let's
Did you
switch it.
so did you like put the game? Were you like, I'm sorry, or were you
Literally,
just like,
like,
did you just
he's-
own it and you're
he's
like, yeah.
no, he's like, why don't you pay attention? I'm like,
I'm sorry.
and I'm like, when as soon as like,
you're like, I
Are
gave you
you-
30 minutes.
Are
I'm
you
like-
paying attention? Like, what the fuck?
literally, he is like that teacher is just absolutely invested in everything he does. Like, I wish I loved doing something as much as he does, but he absolutely loves his job and he's very passionate about it. So
Fonts.
he just. It's not just fonts. He's like
Just
he's
sits
a
on
graphic
Word.
design
It's like,
teacher, and
God,
he is
that's
just
new.
absolutely loves all of it. And I wish I could be as passionate about that as he is, because like he's on Instagram, he's posting all this shit. He's like typography, not woodworking. Ah, fuck, I forgot what it's called.
That would have been cool.
Screen printing, and like all that kinds of font working and whatnot. And like he would always like give me praise in class, but like I legit like always just kind of felt like I was like almost out of place. But like I don't know. I think that's my problem with like my major and whatnot, is just I just really don't know what I want to do with my life. And I feel like there's a lot of people in
I
that
think you do
standstill.
know what you
Nobody knows what they want to do with their life. I feel like we're getting deep. This is too deep for me.
It's too deep.
That's what she said.
I mean,
Speaking of horniness.
Back to Twitter.
200.
Oh my god, dude! I had literally So back to horniness. Anyway, so I bought a vibrator one morning at like fucking 3:00 in the morning, and I got the call from my bank the next day. They're like, "Hey, did you make this charge?" And I was like,
yeah.
They're like, "It's for AdamandEve.com," and I'm like, yeah,
Like,
you know,
no.
like Valentine's Day's coming up. I got some lingerie. I didn't want to tell them that I bought a vibrator.
They're like, no,
Yeah.
this looks like a purchase for
It
a
looks
vibrator."
like the blue dolphin.
It was actually. It was
That's
You
what
actually,
we got.
tweeted
it was-
that.
it was
That's
actually-
exactly what
it
I
was
was like.
actually
Here, like the same fucking day, I was like, "You fuck."
That was awesome. I saw that. It was actually the pink super vibe.
like I recommend.
enjoy
I
it.
recommend
Highly
the blue
I
recommend.
recommend
dolphin.
the
I was
blue
like,
dolphin.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, well, as soon as it came in, I took a
I was
pic
like,
and I
"Get
tweeted
off
the pic
Twitter and
I
masturbate
I
already.
think I
Let's
just said yo. I was like, I just put a
Yo.
picture of it. Not like the ad, but it's the box. I took a pic of the box.
Just a
Put
picture
it on
of
Twitter.
I was like, I just put a picture of me using it on.
Yeah.
That's classic. You know, you gotta show us how it's used. I wish I could just talk normal, honestly.
Yeah,
Well,
she
I was like-
earlier. She was like, "You want to like meet up before this and like practice?"
I was like, I just
I was like,
generally don't know how to talk into like a mic.
practice talking.
I just honestly though, like with my stutter and like my like it's
Well,
not like
don't
necessarily
worry
like a
about that.
speech impediment.
Plus, we can just blame the booze.
Yeah.
True.
Well, the thing is like you just have to treat it like none of this exists.
Yeah.
Nothing's
That is
real.
true,
like
I
the
guess.
camera.
I oftentimes
like,
walk
all
around
this.
with a microphone
Oh,
dangling in
yeah.
front of my
Like-
face, and they're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "What?"
What
That's
do you
just part
mean?
of the
It's
wardrobe.
Steven's GoPro, honestly. We should just make a reality tour.
hang
of
down a
Steven's life.
microphone from the hat. I'm just practicing.
You look like an angler.
You're streaming, but like you're walking down the street and you're like on Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
With a GoPro.
Don't worry about the microphone. It's not live.
It's not recording.
I'll just edit.
See, that's what I always try to tell Vic. Like that's why it just was so hard to do the podcast when it was
that
just
really
me and Vic.
makes me want to pee.
Yeah, I'm about to pee pretty soon.
Stop it.
Um,
God damn.
I always
Second, it's
tried to
almost
tell
full.
Vic.
Oh
Like,
my god.
Vic,
that's-
you have to you just have to talk more. When it was just me and Vic doing it, now you talk a little bit more than we have guests. When it was just me and you wouldn't say.
That's just
anything.
that's not the issue. I just don't talk.
No, but you do. The thing is,
Watch yourself.
it's a lie. It's a damn lie.
Watch
No,
yourself.
see,
I
here's,
was like, I told her, I was like, you don't have to.
She
worry.
just-
you know how to talk.
she
It's-
can't.
Hey.
She just can't get the thought out of her head that we're recording this, and for
Oh.
that reason, she can't ignore the camera, ignore the mics,
But it
and
doesn't
you just
matter.
have you
We're
just
not
have
censored by anything.
Yeah, you just have
Fuck.
to rats.
Yeah.
Well, I was literally thinking about, I'm like,
Potatoes.
what could I
You can say
not
whatever
talk
you
about
want.
on TR's podcast? And there's like a few things that I'm not going to mention.
Well, that's
but-
just because you're worried about other people knowing that you do shit.
Well, I don't give a fuck if they know what I do. I just don't know if I'm like, I doubt TR's parents are like watching his
sup, Judy?
podcast.
They definitely do
No,
not
they-
watch.
My mom
Damn it.
is
Judy.
not a fan of the podcast.
Judy, what the fuck?
Because when she first knew that I was doing it, I let her know. I was like, yeah, like it's on, like
It's like radio.
it's on everything. And she was like, what do you mean? And I'm like I put it on YouTube, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts.
Is it
Not
on
that she knows any of that, but
Facebook?
she, yeah.
I
She's like,
only do
she's like,
Facebook.
wait, so if I look it up on YouTube, will it come up? And I'm like, yeah. And so she
Oh, God.
she went on YouTube and I told her the name and she looked at it and she just clicked on like the very first
Like-
episode. She listened for like 30 seconds and was like, oh, that's cool. And then she like stopped listening to it.
Oh my.
But like the last time I went home to visit my parents,
I saw that
my-
drunk Thanksgiving one. Did she watch that one? Because that was at your house, right?
No, she did not watch
Oh.
it. She doesn't like that I do it. She
Judy.
doesn't give a fuck about it. Like her thing is like she doesn't like how much I swear. And she thinks that that's going to somehow affect me
She'd just be like
getting
hey,
like a job in the future, as if they're going to find this on YouTube or like on Spotify or something. They're going to go, he says fuck too much.
Judy,
We cannot
this-
hire him.
This is his future job.
This is my
This is
future.
gonna
He's
blow
gonna
up.
be just an internet star. We could all look into the camera like they do in the office when they're just like
the gym look and they're like,
it's like,
Like,
ah, fuck.
no, but like my dad tried asking about the podcast and he was like, so like are you still doing it? And I'm like, yeah, we like just released an episode right before, like, because Vic was there too. And I'm like, we just released an episode before we came home. And my dad was about to ask another follow-up question, and my mom just cut him off and tried to change the subject. And she was just like, I don't want to talk about that. And it was like super awkward, and I was like, why? And she's like, it's just not my cup of tea. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I just don't like how much you swear.
You know,
And I'm like, well, fuck, Mom. I don't know.
I'm
Like,
sorry, Ma.
I
fuck
think,
me. I guess.
And she's like, no.
No, don't.
I think you should have her on a podcast. Maybe she
Cool.
just wants to be invited. Maybe she
True.
just feels
Just have
Judy
mom-
and Dale
mom
on an
pops with
episode?
us,
They-
I guess.
she would
one
not want me
starring
on.
Big Booty Judy and One Nut Dale.
Whoa.
I don't think they wouldn't want
That
it.
could
My
be
dad might. No, my dad doesn't have enough interesting stuff to talk about.
Dude, my
Well,
mom
he's
would...
got one nut.
You can only talk about that for so long.
Well, I
True.
feel, let's talk about it.
My dad has one testicle.
Dude,
And next.
my mom would literally pop off on a fucking podcast. She has so much shit to talk about all the time. I feel like she'd have a great... Like, you guys met her on Thanksgiving.
She's got a very
Yeah.
She-
uplifting personality.
Yeah, she loved you guys, by the way. She loved all my friends. She literally, by the end of the night, oh my god, by the end of the night, everybody's like, where's your mom? And I'm like, let me go check on her. And she is just
Sleeping.
face down on my rug, petting her dog. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm putting Indy to bed, Joss. I'm like, Mom, you're putting yourself to bed. And then, like, after I resurrected her from that, she like grabbed a can of whipped cream from the fucking kitchen. It was just going around, like basically giving people whippets.
You want some?
Oh my god.
She was giving people whippets because she didn't like tilt it far enough, so people just got all that compressed air. And
They're
I
like,
whoa. I was like, Mom, I have so many videos, and like I came into the kitchen and Steve was just covered in whipped cream. I'm like, Jesus,
She just
fucking
wouldn't stop.
Christ.
Like she filled my mouth with whipped cream, and then like I just assumed she would stop because it was coming out of my mouth.
So that's the.
So I closed my mouth.
And then she was
Kept going, and it just kept going down my whole fucking body. I was like, okay.
That was awesome.
That was
It
awesome.
was pretty awesome. Yeah.
No, she had a blast with everybody. She's like, Jocelyn, I was really worried about you up in Bemidji, but after I met all your friends,
I
like,
think your dad got
I'm
jealous.
so glad you're up here. Yeah. One of these days, my dad will have a party, and we'll all get to go party in the barn or whatever, do some hick shit. I don't know.
What
Oh,
did
yeah.
your dad tell her? Your dad like messaged her and was like, "How's Corona party?"
Oh yeah, my dad's
Oh, no.
literally, he is so.
Okay, I have to pee.
I
Really
know-
just
don't mind
Hey.
me.
You do it.
Would you like to go together?
You're gonna listen to like
Cross
sword
street.
fights.
You have
Do
more
you
than
need
one
me to-
bathroom?
No.
It's an apartment, Steven. Do you think it has more than one bathroom?
Fuck, I don't. Yeah.
The other bathroom's outside.
You can pee out the window. I
So
bet.
it's got two.
Go outside then. Go pee on my
Someone's
tire.
gonna have to let me back in. Plus, I gotta make sure that like you guys don't talk about some
Oh, me and Vic are really just gonna
raunchy
dash.
shit.
We're gonna dash. We're gonna talk about all about our vibrators and how much we hate men. Mhm. He's stupid.
Proceed.
Alright, I'm just gonna hear you pop off. I really want, when TR gets back, I do want to talk about like our drunk walks home from the bar, because there's just been like our whole friend group at the bar just gets absolutely obliterated, and then the walk home you just see the snaps like to our group chat or whatever of people walking home. One of my favorite was Maggie, you know, on her 21st, you know, because people kept buying her drinks and whatever.
Yeah.
And Tiffany and Patty of all people had no business walking her home because he had a bloody nose. He was just like drunk as fuck. And all you see is this video of Maggie literally face down in a churchyard.
I'm
And
pretty sure we were like, "Where is Maggie?" And then someone was like, "Update," and we're like, "There she is."
You know, Tiff was literally like rut row because all you see is Patty clapping down at Maggie. Maggie, you need to get up.
It's like
Real supportive.
passed out in a church fucking lawn. It was like perfect. That's
That's-
exactly where she's finding Jesus.
She
right
is,
now.
you know, she's ready for Sunday worship after a Saturday night at the bars, honestly. And like,
That was a quick piss, dude.
I feel like it doesn't
Felt
take
like
long.
it was like, I don't know, a minute or so.
No,
It was
really?
like 25 seconds, I'd
Maybe
say.
it wasn't
What?
a quick piss.
That was not 25 seconds. I
Well,
felt like
yeah,
maybe
fuck.
25 seconds pissing and then like 20
Here,
seconds
time
wash my
me, let's
hands
go.
and
Are we okay? Oh, yeah.
I have to pee really quick.
Good luck.
Oh,
Oh.
Shit, falls. That'd be an interesting sound on the podcast.
I started the timer.
But no, I was
until I find the light.
just pee in the dark, pee in the sink.
In the sink.
That's like a thing that girls do straight up. If we go into bathrooms and like maybe groups of 2 or 3, one of us takes like the bathtub. Sometimes we take the sink. It just kind of depends.
Well, do you like sit on the sink?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What else? What else?
How are you gonna pee in the
Yeah,
sink if you
exactly.
don't sit on the?
Well, a lot of sinks are really like, if you've ever, well, I shouldn't.
If I've ever seen a
in
sink,
certain like restaurants, bars, whatever. If you've ever like just like kind of leaned on the sink, maybe you like are checking your face or whatever. Like they're kind of loose. I would be afraid to sit on it because
You
I'd be like it's gonna bust off the wall. I just
It's
don't think
normally,
I just don't know if they're sturdy
it's
enough.
It's never at like a restaurant or a bar. It's at like somebody's house party. You got one chick on the toilet. Normally one's in the bathtub. It depends. It literally just depends on how much y'all have to pee though, because like sometimes people are like I can't wait, and you know just drop your pants and piss in the bathtub, or you piss in the sink. It really just doesn't matter as long as you get to get rid of the urge to piss. But after that, it's just kind of a bonding experience, honestly.
Yeah, I mean I've definitely pissed in the like shower when you've been like pissing on the toilet or doing whatever because I can't
Okay.
hold it. But
Literally, like last week we were at this house party and like Haley was taking a piss on the toilet, Kenzie was checking herself out in the mirror, and I was just popping a squat in the shower. Like it's just normal, I guess. I don't know, but everybody like literally I was like I gotta go to the.
a minute 36.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
See, so I don't think it was as fast as you guys made it out to be.
Yeah,
And I washed my
forced-
hands too, so
I
like
forced the fuck out of that shit.
Oh my
Go,
god!
go, go.
you're like When you like really like push, you're like,
Isn't
like-
that like how you get hemorrhoids or something?
yeah.
I don't
A
know.
hernia?
I
The
mean,
first time I had to pee in front of her, like I just couldn't.
you're like, nah, it's not.
It's like a performance issue, or
Yeah, and that's exactly what she said. I was like, I think I have stage fright. She's like doing your makeup or something. I was like,
That
La-
probably
last
what
weekend
it was.
when Patty was up, Patty like, I went to Hard Times for just like an hour and a half to play pool with him, Squanch, and Sweaty, and fucking he went to the bathroom, and then he came out after like 2 minutes or something like that. I don't know, and then he's like, dude, I couldn't do it. I'm like, what do you mean you couldn't do it? And he's like, I can't. I'm very pee shy. He's like, I couldn't. There was someone right next to me in
Self-confident.
the urinal, and I was like, oh,
that's the worst, especially at hard times. Is because
'Cause
like
there's no-
they're so close to each other,
Yeah.
and there's no divider.
There's no
So it's
divider.
like I'll just be in there by myself pissing. There's only 2 fucking urinals. This drunk dude will just walk in there. He's like, "Hey, how you doing tonight?" I'm just
he's
like,
like, oh, I
You
gotta
don't,
go.
you don't
I don't know
just
about
strike up
you.
conversation, but like,
I'm like, pretty good.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, like, yeah, I'm
Like,
gonna leave.
he's like, nice
I'm
cock.
like midstream. I'm just like, it's just worth like not even shaking right now. I'll just piss on my pants and just tuck it back
Oh
in.
One
my
time,
God.
one time I went in there to take a piss, and there was already like one dude at the urinal, and so like I went to the other one, and I'm pissing, and like you can't help but notice he was pissing on the wall, like he was like kind of leaned up against the wall like this, and he was like, and he was like holding his dip, and it was all going all on the wall and like all over the floor, and I'm not gonna fucking say anything, but I'm just like, what
Hey,
the
dude,
fuck? Like
we're-
it was getting close to my
we're-
shoes, and I was like, and finally he noticed, and he was like, oh.
It's like that scene from The Hangover when Zach Galifianakis, like he sees the tiger in the bathroom,
And he turns
just
and
keeps,
he's like-
he just keeps peeing. He turns his whole body, looks at, it, he's like, oh yeah, and continues. He's like, wait, what was that?
Dude, I
that's
was
like so opposite of the girls' bathroom because like we'll
'Cause
literally
you
pack
sit.
like we pack 4 or 5 of us into a stall and we're like, what's up, you know? Either that or like I'll strike up conversations with people outside of the stall. Like chicks will come in, how is it going tonight? I'm like, oh, you know, having
Just
a good
pissing.
time, taking a
You
leak.
know, girl, just pissing.
You know,
How
like,
about you?
damn,
Girl
you frying
stuff.
chicken in there? You piss
Hell
loud
yeah.
as fuck.
You chipping porcelain?
It was awesome. It's just
That's awesome.
it's like
That's
it's like a
awesome.
whole group community up in the girls' bathroom.
Yeah.
It's very supportive.
Just like it's the same as the dudes.
I
wanna
like
try
there's
this
been a bunch of random ass
You
chicks
guys
I've
want to
taken.
try this?
Love
Yes,
to
let's
try
go. Is it the grapefruit?
It is the grapefruit.
All right, line up the shot glasses.
You'll get through it.
I think I'll get through.
You know,
it.
if this one tastes like peach too, I'm gonna start
I'm gonna start questioning
questioning
the palate.
The
Japanese
strawberry
fruit.
one tasted like strawberry Laffy Taffy.
I
in my
thought,
opinion.
yeah, it
Dude,
tastes
and
just
the grape one
How do
tastes
you
like
guys
just grape
feel
juice.
about banana Laffy Taffy?
I love
I
it.
love
Love
it.
it.
My favorite
That's
flavor.
my absolute
Yeah.
favorite. Okay.
No,
Fake
okay,
banana,
okay.
artificial banana flavoring.
Did you
Before
know?
before this just happened, where everyone said they love it, everyone has told me that they hate it.
Really?
They say it's the worst one ever. I'm like, you're crazy.
But
I used to tell people
But
that
did
too.
you know, like, there was like apparently there was a huge banana plague.
What?
So the artificial banana that you taste in Laffy Taffy, that's what bananas used to taste like.
What do you mean?
What? Really?
Yeah, I'm not even
They
joking.
changed the flavor of
No.
bananas?
So there's a banana plague, and like they had like the whole banana crop died, and they had to like they somehow
When was this? 1918.
I don't know. You know I'm not good with history.
This was 19. This was
This
the-
is what
happened in
at Target. He's
1919.
like, hey, you know what happened in 1919?
And I'm
The
like,
banana
banana
plague.
dot
But
plant
the banana
died.
fucking died.
And they had to revive bananas. And he's like, the fuck
They
are you
revived
talking
bananas
about?
They're like-
somehow,
they're
and I
like,
can't remember
God
how.
damn, you're smart. Also,
That's
there
all
was
he
a
was looking
war
for.
on
Thank you.
bananas.
Here you are.
I get this one.
Yeah.
I really, when we were driving home, I told Vic, I was like, I should have been like, I was fucking your
I thought this said
mom.
garlic. I was like, what?
Garlic.
What does it say? Greg?
Greg.
Victoria.
Greg.
G big means grand big.
Oh.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Grand Big Victoria.
Yeah.
Isn't this yours?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Cheers.
To the revival of bananas.
Bananas.
To this artificial banana.
Oh, this tastes like bananas.
It's pretty tart.
It
It tastes
is
like Sprite.
It does taste
I don't
like Sprite.
taste
It tastes like
anything.
the berry Sprite.
Berry. I think that just tastes like
Honestly,
Sprite.
the aftertaste
It's pretty
kind of
good.
tastes like almost like a Skittle. You know, it's kind of chalky.
Tastes like if you ate.
They're only 13%.
Oh,
It-
really?
they're
That's
not-
It tastes like if you ate chapstick.
Um,
You guys don't do that?
I mean, when I was a kid, I would, because there'd be
No,
like the
Just before I got here, I had a
flavored
snack.
chapstick.
Yeah, like
And you'd be like, I bet it tastes like it smells. And you'd
yeah,
be like,
I use glue sticks.
Not
as
really.
chapstick.
Dude, okay,
Chapstick is
honestly,
snack.
have you guys ever like accidentally licked deodorant?
yeah.
What? Wait,
Okay,
hold
cool.
on. How?
No, okay, listen.
It
So like
goes
you
in the-
get you
I wasn't-
listen,
You're
like-
listen. Shut up for like
Oh, no.
5 seconds. Okay, so like it gets on your shirt, right? And you lick your finger and try to get it off, and then you lick your finger again and you get deodorant. And it tastes like probably like the driest thing ever. Like I hate wines that make my mouth feel like deodorant makes my mouth feel.
Like
As
vanilla?
weird as that sound, like
you
just
just
dry as
smoked
fuck.
a cig and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Dude, I haven't smoked a cig in ages. It's been so long. But honestly, now
That's
when I
some
get drunk, I just
ASMR,
kind of
man.
black out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You do that often?
Not as often as I used to. All right,
That's
whatever.
What we're going with.
No, okay.
Uh,
I feel like you almost know this story better, but that time that we walked home from the bars
Yeah,
together,
I know this better because I was not blacked out.
I
You were.
was. Yeah. Well, didn't you say I like popped a squat in front of like?
No, yeah, you peed on me.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Zoink scoop.
Been
Wasn't
there,
it in front of?
done that.
Wasn't it in front of like the police station
Yeah.
though?
2 blocks from the bar. We were walking home from the bar, and it was just her and me. And she was blacked out, and I was like pretty drunk still, but I was like the one that was able to like know where we were.
Yeah.
So we were walking. We were right. We were going back to 1220, and we were walking past the cop station, police station on 6th Street, and the dogs. There were dogs barking. So I just assumed that there's like a K9 unit, but it was coming from like a car. So I was like, maybe there's just a K9 unit parked somewhere around
Yeah.
here because we're by the police station. And I was like, oh jeez. And Jocelyn's just like, hey, you guys, it was so fun. I was like, Jocelyn, just shut up. She's like, what? I was like, the dogs are barking. She's like, I don't have any weed on me. Don't worry. We're fine. I was like, how about you shut the fuck up? And then we get like a block down farther. I'm just like, head down, like, let's just go. Like, she's dragging onto me. I was like, we're like 5 blocks from the house right now. Let's just go. And she's like, I have to pee. I was like, you can't wait 5 blocks. Like, we're almost there.
No.
She's like, no.
I
Nope.
literally can.
Looked forward. She's like, I see bushes. I was like, very good.
Very good.
Those are bushes. Can we stop there so I can pee? I suppose. So we go to the bushes, and like the bushes weren't as like lush as they looked from afar.
Wasn't it, like, the
They were
middle of,
sticks. They were like
Oh,
pointy,
yeah.
Nice.
pointy bushes. So she like tried to go into them and was rejected by sticks. And then she came out farther, and I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, just keep watch." So I turned my back around.
Thank God.
I turned my back around, and I was like, "I'm keeping watch. That's my job now." And I hear the stream start going. I'm like, "That sounds healthy." but it wasn't on like grass or anything. It was on concrete. So I was like, what the fuck? And I turned around and she's right behind me. She's not in like.
You're like, that pee sounds awfully close.
It's like that sounds like it might.
I
be
feel
close.
some backsplash in my neck right now.
That might be hitting me. I looked behind me and she's right there. And I was like, how the fuck? What? I thought you were just in the bushes. She's like, the bushes didn't work. She still squatted down, and like I looked down at my feet, and there's like a little slant, and the pee is coming down to my like feet, and I'm like standing in a puddle of her piss now. I'm like, no way.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah. So, and obviously it's late at night. I swear to God, I was late at night. I would never lie about it. It's the funniest shit and the grossest shit at the same time. And I was like, I can't like scream because like it's
Yeah,
late
like,
at night
ew,
and we're
yucky.
by ourselves. I don't want to like wake these people up, like the house that we're outside of, like peeing on their front door. Like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, are you? What the hell? I like stepped out of her puddle. Hilarious. It
That was for
it
you.
was so cute.
Oh, yeah.
And
Hey, don't you just
and
love
then-
when your girl pees on your feet?
and she stands up. She's like, "Let's go." I was like, "Okay." And I like just started walking in the grass. I'm like rubbing my feet, like it's like a
Get this
rug.
off.
like if you're like in the carpet and you're like trying to shock someone,
Yeah.
I'm just like get this shit off me.
Was that the same night from the police station I was yelling ACAB and fuck 12? Or was that a different night?
Different night.
Different night. Oh, like
I wouldn't have let you yell that
The
shit.
only thing you were yelling in front of the police station while the dogs were barking was, I don't have any weed on me. I was
I
Nice.
like,
got a pee-pee.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
That's
No,
awesome.
I've definitely like I've had to stop and piss like walking home from the
Yeah,
house plenty of times.
you
have to.
I would usually when we would go
But
to
it's
1, 2,
easier
3.
for us.
Yeah, it's very
It's not as
easier.
easy for them.
The go-to
It's so
place,
easy.
Especially
my
they're on
favorite go-to
the
place.
sidewalk.
My favorite go-to place was right outside the church. The bushes in the church.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus.
That's
Those
place.
were some lush bushes.
Yeah.
We were on a different street though. We were
Yeah.
on Minnesota instead of Birchmount or
Yeah.
Beltran.
Beltran.
Mhm. I wish I could remember, honestly. But there was that one night where
Blacked out.
where was it where we were coming home and you had like a baseball bat and you were walking me and Tiffany home and the
cops
cops
stopped us.
literally
I found a toy bat, like, one of those like foam ones, and it was just in someone's yard. And I'm sure it was some kids playing outside in the yard. And
Yeah.
then they went
You just
inside to go
dropped
to
it,
bed, and they
and
just
you were
didn't
like,
pick
"Fuck
up their
yeah."
toys. I was walking them back to their house, and I was like, "No fucking way, fucking bat, hell yeah!" And then like I just started like I don't know, hitting my hand with it, and then like there was snow on the ground, so I'd like throw it up and try to hit the snow. And we got a couple more blocks down, and the cop pulls up right beside us, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" So I like put it underneath my arm, like, "Oh, they won't see this."
Yeah.
Just a bat hanging out my arm. They're like, "Hey, you guys seen any fireworks going off?" I'm like, "No." Where? They're like, "Where are you coming from?" The bars. You guys haven't seen any fireworks? Not since July.
Yeah.
It's like, no. All right.
Wasn't
Well,
us someplace.
you guys have a good night. And I'm like, are you just ignoring this bat that I have? I'm walking two drunk girls home. Like, I could be like hurting them.
Yeah.
I have
I'm
a
using this
weapon.
for intimidation.
I have a
like-
weapon
I better
and two
get
women with me. Like, you're not gonna question me at all. Just, have I seen fireworks? Yes, I've seen fireworks a couple months ago.
Yeah, a while ago.
They're like, we've got some complaints about people launching fireworks. I'm like, it's January.
Oh my!
It's too cold to launch fireworks. Like,
Who's
where's the fun out of
outside
that?
right now? I'm trying to get inside.
Yeah, it's
It
cold.
was cold. Yeah, I
It was
remember
so
that. Now.
cold.
Well, me and Tiff were turned as fuck.
You did
honestly.
like snow angels, and I was like,
I did.
let's go.
I
You have
did.
to use the bat sometimes. I was like, hey, let's get up.
Hey.
No, I like to take breaks on my walks home. Honestly,
Breaks.
like
You
I like.
sprint 2 blocks in front of us. Tiff and I are like, yeah, we're not dealing.
You're like, I'm fast as fuck. Boy.
And then
Fast
you
as fuck,
get
boy.
tired, and you're like, you know what? While I wait for them, I'm just gonna lay in the snow.
That's exactly what I do, honestly. Well, like, speaking of, like, just, like, dealing with the cops when you're fucked up, like, when we were at Ash's bachelor party, and they gave us, like, 5-6 warnings at Cedar Lakes, right? 5-6 warnings. And, they finally come up and bust us, and, like, we all have to be on a list to be able to stay at the hotel, right? So, Tiffany, first of all, like, the cops are like, are you on the list? And she's like, no. Tiffany literally sprinting down the hallway, right? Me and Mags come up, we're like, now we're not on the list. They're like, okay, you gotta go. So we get down to the lobby, and we're looking for Tiffany, and there's, like, we can't find her anywhere. We can't find her anywhere in the hotel.
Probably peeing on the
No. We walk out to the car. Tiffany's literally crouched down on the passenger side of the car, waiting for, like, Michael to come unlock the car so he can bring us home. And we're just all tweaking, you know, because we all have shit on us and whatnot, as per usual. She's like, we gotta go. We don't want the cops to come and find us. And whatnot. So, you know, I don't know. It was a good time. I made a snow angel on the roof of the hotel.
Yeah, she did.
I did. Nobody
Yeah.
saw it. I was pretty pissed off about it, but
I did.
somebody did. You did. You see me jump off the balcony?
Yeah, I was highly against it. I said, don't.
I was able to let myself down onto
But
the
what I
balcony
say
of the
doesn't
pool area,
matter.
and then the only like scary part was climbing back onto the balcony because like I was on the ledge of the hotel and I almost slipped and fell because it was like
I almost died.
snowy. No, I
One of the
wouldn't have died.
clumsiest people on the planet.
Well, I
But
did.
if you had got up from doing your snow and like where the building like drops off, what if you had like slipped him in like fuck?
Just dab off the roof.
Just like
Hey,
well, like
as
how
long
it was
as,
is like
as
the
long as we're filming it, great content.
straight up no, like the balcony was like right above the pool area, and I didn't want to jump down because if there was anybody in the pool area, they definitely would have heard me. So I like lowered myself down.
We rented the
ran
pool that
across-
night.
ran
Like, The
across-
only people that would have heard you are our people.
You guys rented the pool?
Yeah.
The fuck? Why didn't we go swimming?
We
you
did.
guys weren't there yet
oh,
when
okay.
our time came to go
Although
to the pool.
I didn't even know you guys were there. You called me and I was like, "Hello?" And you're like, "Hey, do you have my casino card? Because I have yours." And I'm playing games on it. I was like, what?
Dude, I was drunk as fuck at the casino. Like, I was probably 12 drinks in, and, like, whenever I get, like, super drunk and I'm at the casino, I just get pissed off that I lose money. So I think I ended up spending, like, $200 that night at the Chino and ended up, like, losing it all.
God, I hate losing money.
I literally...
More
I just
money.
kept losing money. And no, drunk Patty came up to me, gave me $20. I'm like, do you want me to pay you back? He's like, nah. I was like, bet. So, like, 20 free bucks to the Chino.
Lost
it all,
that.
of course,
Yeah.
you know.
I got
I had a
$50
blast.
on one spin, and I should have just called it right there, and I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Always
I
quit while
hate
you're
doing
ahead.
it.
I should have just called it right there, but I was like, fuck
I
it.
go with like 20, 40 bucks. I get up to like 100 something, and I'm like, I should walk away.
But I want to keep going.
But now I'm gonna double bet.
Yeah.
And like, let's go. And I lose all of it.
No.
As
Yeah.
per usual, they always take all your money.
I love that place.
You win some, you lose some.
No, I had a blast at the casino, honestly. I think the only reason we got caught is because we were all arm wrestling. Well, not
my
all of
God,
us. I was
there were-
arm
It
wrestling.
was just too
There
loud.
were 50
because
people
we had,
in a hotel room.
It was
we-
like 25.
It wasn't even that many. The problem was
We had 2 rooms.
We had-
and we had an entire room
we are
on the
not going
first
to
floor.
name
No
names,
one
but we
used.
just had too many people in the hotel room that talk way too loud.
Oh,
Their indoor voices are not indoors.
Yeah.
And that was a big part of it. Plus, the speaker. We'd always, like, turn it down, and one person would go up and, like, they'd be like, I love this song. They'd, like, turn it up 3 notches,
We got
and we'd
calls
be like,
from like the front desk that was like, "Hey,"
keep it down. Yeah.
and we're like, "Okay,"
Yeah, we will, for sure.
for 5 minutes, and then we're getting louder
Yeah.
for pissing me off.
Well, then, of course, there's Patty, right? And he always wants to arm wrestle me because apparently he thinks that I'm the alpha and he wants to be the alpha. Exactly. I'm like, I'd never have claimed to be the alpha. He just thinks I am because I beat his ass like
No,
3 times.
Maybe she is the alpha.
And like, straight up, we were arm wrestling on the floor. And while we were arm wrestling, he was like pounding on the floor
Oh,
because he was
nice.
trying to win. I was like, you need to shut up,
That's
bro.
how
Like,
I
you need to
win.
be quiet. But
Ugh!
God damn it.
yeah, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Everybody's like, Patty, you need to shut the fuck up. He's like, I'm trying to beat Jocelyn. And he beat me arm wrestling. So now, of course, he's like, I can take you. I can take you. So I'm just like deathly afraid to see him next time because he's been lifting boxes, you know, at his factory job. And he
Oh
thinks he's
my
all
God,
jacked
yeah.
now.
Hell yeah, I lift boxes too, up and down.
I guess so. I mean, as long as
They
if
got
that's what
bread
it
in
takes, I guess.
them.
I eat boxes.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
Ah,
Oh my!
Bazinga.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say.
Hey,
I
Young
have a
Sheldon
box.
right
You
here.
better tweet that one out before I do.
Yeah. What would I eat box?
I eat box.
I eat box.
Yeah.
I
love
like that tweet.
Marinated box.
Marinated box.
Box is such an ugly word for a vagina.
How did that even become a word for vagina? Like, I want to know when that became slang
Because
for vagina.
vaginas look like no, okay, because
Yeah.
you put things in them.
Yeah, that might be it right there.
No, literally, yeah.
You put,
and then you
okay.
tape it shut.
Yeah.
That's how you
been
do
there,
it.
done
I guess.
that.
Yeah.
Been there.
Yep.
Right? Isn't
Yeah,
that?
I guess that's how it works.
Isn't that what you like?
No.
No?
Nah.
You don't
I've been
like-
doing it wrong this whole time.
Why don't you say it?
I've been doing
Packing-
messed up.
fucking-
Packing tape.
Where's the masking tape?
I'm like, Gorilla Glue? Sure.
Put that on my head.
Speaking of, I was gonna say, speaking of that TikTok girl with the Gorilla Glue in her
Oh my
hair.
god.
She's like, it never said not to spray on hair, but you'd think, you know, not to spray on your skin, you probably wouldn't spray it on your hair.
Yeah.
She just had to, like, what'd she have to do? Like, she had to get her whole scalp, like, surgically replaced or whatever.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
for the first
Replaced?
thing they did was
Yeah.
they like
What?
were able they,
Yeah.
they
Her
cut off
scalp?
her whole like
Yeah.
the ponytail because she had it in like this huge ponytail.
Yeah, of course.
They had to cut that off, and then like I will say one like okay she's a dumbass and like
No.
like just she's
Really?
stupid for doing it,
Really?
but I think it's nice of the plastic surgeon that did everything they did it for free,
Mm-hmm.
so they were able to like get everything removed. I don't know what exactly they did, but they
'cause
they
they-
fixed it.
I think they removed like each like hair
Every
follicle.
follicle.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now she has to
my
start from
God.
scratch, but at least
But-
like it's
but
the
They
thing
can
that
transplant hair though.
yeah they can
Bosley.
From her ass or something.
yeah they do that. You can get like
Yeah.
hair and they
Yeah.
take your
Isn't
ass
that
hair.
like Bosley?
I doubt Bosley works.
You know, okay, so
They always show when I was a kid and I would always see those like late night commercials.
Remember-
The before and after pics, I'd be like, that is not the same dude.
That's
That dude's nose is like this big, and I'm watching you have a tiny ass nose. The only similarities you guys have is you both wear glasses.
It's-
And I'm
it's like
that's not the same
before,
guy.
It's like a before and after, but it's like you before and then,
And then
I'm
you.
the after.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, look at the difference.
You got a
You're like,
beard.
whoa.
Holy mackerel!
Use Gorilla Glue to grow a
No,
beard.
but she
And I-
tried. to sue Gorilla Glue, and that is
He's
the
not gonna
that,
win that.
No, fuck no. It's like, come on, common sense should prevail in court, and common sense says
It's
don't
like
fucking put Gorilla Glue spray in your hair.
it's like the person that sued McDonald's for hot coffee.
Yeah.
It's like, "Ew, coffee's way too hot." I'm like, yeah,
Did you? Well,
It's
there
hot
was like
coffee.
the other day. At our,
coffee's hot.
the other day at my job, somebody called and were like, "You guys put too much damn lettuce on your sandwiches," and it's like, you know what? Maybe ask for light lettuce next time, okay? For fuck's sake.
It's like, I'm so sorry. I gave you so much free food.
I just don't understand.
I'm such a terrible person.
Speaking, okay, when I
don't-
said Bosley
fuck
earlier,
people like that, man. I would have been like, fuck, kill yourself.
Yo,
You don't
literally,
fucking
people
call
that
here
complain
again.
about people like making their make your own food.
honest, okay, so
Yeah,
at my
fuck
job,
you.
at my job tonight, we had probably
go
about,
home
like,
and make a sandwich.
we
I don't
had-
give a fuck.
we had probably about 4 or 5 prank calls, right? And I answered the phone. They're like, "I can see you on the phone right now." That ass thick as fuck. And I like looked out the window and there was like nobody there. I was like, "What the fuck?" So I just like hung up the phone. And they called again, like probably 5 minutes later. They're like, "How long is your longest piece of bread?" I'm like, 16 inches. They're like, "Well, I'm either gonna put my 16-inch meat in there." And then they hung up. I was like, "Who the
Classic.
fuck
My
is
favorite
this?"
is the number one's the Pepe, right? So someone will be like, in the drive-thru, you'll hear them chuckle before they order, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I get the 16-inch PP. I'm like, you're real fucking awesome, dude.
Sorry, man. You'll have to come inside for that.
I'm sure you love 16-inch
I bet
PP.
you fuck bitches. No. Well, will that be anything else?
Bitches get money.
We only have your size PP, which is
A
nothing.
Lil Jon.
Fuck you. Go home and make a sandwich.
Oh my god.
Make daddy sandwich.
Make daddy.
I love the people that are like, yeah, I'm madder. I'm like, I mean, not really. No.
No.
Like, your one complaint won't do anything to our business.
You
'Cause
boycotting
99% of the people love what we do, and
Yeah.
we're very friendly.
you
and then
you
the one person that just
you
hates to
boycotting our establishment has no effect
hate.
on
Yeah,
us.
exactly. It's
Because
like,
we probably get 5 new customers a day. Probably way more than that. Like, people have never been to that place before. And now they're fans. So it's like,
we had someone like place an order, and it came through us when we made it, and then they called the store like, "Where's my food?" I was like, "It's a pickup order." They're like, "I'm at your store right now." You're like, "No, you're not. This isn't the one in Fargo." I'm like, "No, this is
Oh,
Bemidji,
no.
Minnesota." I'm like, "What are you doing?"
They're like, well,
So
what
then
can
we
you
had
do
to like
about it?
void the order and shit, and they've complained about it. They're like, you
Yeah,
ordered
it's
at
our
the
fault
wrong
that you're
place.
fucking
Like, I'm
retarded.
so
Like-
sorry. So sorry. It's our fault. You're so stupid.
Oh my
I
god.
love it.
Oh,
I
you know,
love
everybody thinks they're in the
Work.
right.
I love work.
Oh, I just love.
How's your
working.
new job?
It's alright. It's pretty good.
Where are you working now?
So I work for, like, this cleaning company that's based here in Bemidji. And
Okay.
they send me to these 2 businesses that, like, when they're closed, I go in there, like, after hours when they close, and I just clean the whole building.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm basically
Cum.
I clean all the cum off.
Of course.
I'm just a
You're the-
I'm just
cum
a
does
janitor
it.
for these 2 buildings, basically. And it's super nice because it's pretty much, like, on my own time.
Oh, so
Like,
you go there
I
at 5?
finish when I'm done cleaning. So I
Yeah,
can
you
go for
finish
as
when
long
you're
as I
done.
want. Yeah, I finish.
You
Yeah,
get
I
to
can just
listen
put
to
in
music,
AirPods and
yeah.
just listen to music the whole time. It's so nice.
What a vibe.
So yeah, it's pretty
How about
good.
you, Vic? No DQ.
How's the Target?
I mean, those like over $800 paychecks are pretty nice.
Oh,
So
flex.
yeah.
Flex on us.
talking about unemployment.
How it?
Whoa.
Oh,
we're
my
not gonna
God.
go there.
Okay, you're sleeping on the white wall with blue
The white wall.
stripes.
Yeah.
And she's gonna stay over here on the blue with white stripes.
Okay, honestly, I tried to get unemployment when I broke my back like last month, and I tried to get unemployment that whole month that I was laid up and couldn't work. It is so hard to get
I
unemployment.
say it was so easy for me, but I guess like the whole COVID.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Really
everybody's like, you should have just said it was COVID related. I'm like, I wasn't lying on government documents. I'm sorry.
Were
for
they
some
just
reason.
like, well, how'd you break your back? Like,
Yeah,
how
they're like,
long
they're
are you
like,
gonna
we
be
need
out? Is
medical
it that-
records.
yeah.
They need this. They need that. So I would have had to go
I
to
mean,
the
like,
doctor.
did I
like,
say I
every
broke
week.
my back? I COVID.
Damn it! I meant I'm really
because
scared.
of COVID. I
I
jumped. I was like, "Whoa, that's scary!"
And I broke my back.
No, okay, honestly though, like I was talking to people at work about it and everybody thought I was stoned while I broke my back when I was snowboarding. I was like, no man, I was completely sober. I was completely sober when I broke my back. And they're like, oh, you that's
We'll
what
let the drug
the
test
same
find
the
out.
same kid that was distracting me while I was slicing today. he was like, oh, that's why you shouldn't mix weed and hills. I'm like, I was sober and I broke my fucking back, bro. Like, that's just how much of
You
a
tried to
dumbass
go
I
for
am.
a 360 grind.
Yeah,
and you were like,
it is, and I just landed right
your
on my ass.
special meter was full, like in Tony Hawk, and you were like, watch this shit.
Yeah, literally, I felt so bad because I was with Michael and Ryan, obviously, and like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go hit the drain park. I'm probably not gonna hit anything, and I see this jump. I'm like, this looks doable.
Except for
probably
my
just,
vertebrae.
I'll just probably like arc, land, and like it was one of those jumps that you're supposed to like flip and shit off of. So I like hit the jump, got sauced way up in the air, and just landed right on my ass. Ended up fracturing 3 lumbar. I was like, yeah, this fucking sucks. The first bone that I break, and it's my back. So whatever.
Damn.
Oh,
Just super injury
So-
prone.
so my mom came and like took care of me right for this first week and a half that I was hurt. And our cat, Maple, she's this fucking... Speaking of this fucking cunt, this when I came home from work when I was trying to come here and, like, get here at a good time, right? She busted ass out the door. I'm like, oh, my motherfucking... Like, and I was, like, running after her. And so I just opened the door to the front door and, like, went out the back door and, like, tried to corral her back into the house. I ended up kicking
Re-breaking
her.
my back.
No, I ended up
Oh,
kicking her. I
no.
felt so bad.
No, don't. It's a cat.
I literally felt so bad because I ended up like booting her because I was
Good.
trying to chase her down. And I come back in the house because she ran right to the house after I booted her. And like I come into the laundry room and she's like staring at me all squinty. I'm like, I am literally so sorry. But anyway. Oh yeah, so Maple, when I'm sitting there on the couch, my mom just got done making some chicken noodle soup. She's like, it's me, Megs, and Steven all just chilling in the living room. She's like, Maple was carrying around this rolled up dollar bill. And I'm like,
Ooh.
yeah, interesting. I really don't know how she found that, actually, that's crazy. That's whack, honestly. Also in the ambulance, they gave me fentanyl, like right up the nose because my veins were so like dehydrated that they couldn't find them. So I was sitting there just like vibing in the ambulance, and I was talking to, I think their names were like Brandon and Gary, the 2 EMTs that were taking care of me. And I was
Sounds
like,
EMT names.
I'm hoping my insurance covers this ambulance ride. And they're like, all started chuckling. And I'm like, well, that's why they say my dad married my stepmom, for the insurance. And they all started laughing even harder. And I was just, like, oh my God. So it was a good time in the hospital,
That soup
honestly.
was killer, though.
My mom makes some good soup, honestly.
I burnt my tongue so bad.
So
Like,
everything
a week.
tasted like rubber.
No, for a
yeah.
week. Like, it's literally like my tongue tingled for a week. Like, outrageous. I was like, what
You gotta
the
let
fuck?
that soup cool.
Let that soup cool off. That's some hot
But
soup.
she had literally, just before I took my first, like, spoonful, I saw her eat it. I was like, oh,
Oh, it's
cool.
not that bad.
Did I straight up have a leather mouth, though?
Yeah,
I,
well,
I,
now
eat
I
too.
do.
I
Yeah.
eat pizza rolls right
Vic
out the
eats
oven.
stuff, yeah, same.
Exactly.
And I watch her and I'm jealous, and I'm like, fuck
lick,
you.
You turn the oven on for fun and you lick the inside of the door.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do.
It tastes
Obviously.
delicious.
But like, my tongue was scarred. Like, it was like the underside of it was like black. It
Oh,
was,
I gotta pee again.
Good
I'm
luck.
sorry.
Well, speaking of which,
hey, wait,
okay,
we'll
you
time
guys
this
gave
one.
Yeah, time this.
you guys gave us that air fryer, right?
Yeah.
I've been putting pizza rolls in the air fryer lately. Oh my
They
god.
smell.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. Like how did I not do this before? It's crazy to me, honestly. It's delicious. It takes like half the time. You get some ranch, you just go ham with that shit. It's so fucking
Sounds
good.
like an infomercial for an air fryer.
Honestly, get an air fryer if you don't fucking have one.
What's the name of it?
Oh,
Oh no!
I can't remember the name of
You
the air
chipped
fryer.
your tooth.
Dude, I already have 2 fake front teeth. It's just a whole story.
Get into that or no?
So everybody
Don't.
will know the real reason I chip my teeth.
No, you're good.
I could definitely say it.
I'm sure
I'm
you can.
definitely drunk enough to say the real reason I chip
You
my
think
teeth.
you can beat me? What was my time?
1:30.
I thought it was 1:15.
Well, that's a big difference.
That's 15 seconds.
Yeah.
In terms of peeing, that's a lot.
I guess so. I mean, I don't know.
You think it was?
Did you wash your hands?
We'll split in the middle.
Did you wash your hands?
No.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
I fucking
Say
knew
boys
it.
don't
I
wash their
fucking
hands.
knew it.
But TR said he did. Anyway, we'll split in the middle. 122.
I can't do math,
130.
so.
I'm the worst at math, honestly.
Oh wait.
Oh. Well, he beat you anyway, so.
Haha, it was like 110.
Damn it!
It was.
I mean,
You are a faster peer than I am.
yeah. Well,
Did you wash?
I washed up.
30-second wash?
Not 30 seconds.
Well,
That's like the
that's a
food
long
safety
time
one.
to-
That's
I'm sure that's what the CDC recommends. But
It's
we,
what you-
I'm a
we're
quick-
food safety
I'm a
certified.
quick rinse, soap, super hard for like 10 seconds and then rinse.
That's
Nice.
about your sex life too. Is
Yeah. 10 seconds foreplay, 30 seconds go,
super hard.
5
10
second come.
Yeah.
Done. Oh, sorry.
I pee in the same amount of time as I come. A minute 30.
A minute 30.
Oh my god, I can't squeeze my wine out
Dude,
with
you
my
don't
thumb.
make
Don't do that. I gotta pee.
you don't make money in life being slow.
What? I mean, porn stars.
Of
literally
course
do
I
that.
come
I
fast.
feel
I
like
got
I
fish
almost
to
have
catch.
to take the wine out of the box already.
Porn stars make a living, lasting longer.
By the way, that man, they deserve every penny that they get. Like, how do you last that long? And,
Bro, they take different takes, bro.
I know, but I'm saying, but
They're
there will
just
be
all, like,
one.
hopped
There
off
will be,
on
but you know,
Viagra
like
and-
you just said, like they all have different cuts and different takes and everything. But you'll watch, and it'll be like straight one shot. There's no cuts, no nothing, of just like a dude fucking a chick for like 15 minutes straight.
You
And
know,
I'm
he's
like, I
hopped up
applaud
on,
them
like, some
because
type
you.
of dick pill, you know? It's like
Oh,
some
I'm sure, and I'm sure,
Viagra.
dude.
I mean, are you the type of dude that watches the whole story, or do you just like?
You gotta get into the storyline of a
Yeah,
It depends.
I don't
on
know.
it.
Most
most of the time, I skip
I find,
until it starts.
I find the position.
Which it
that
always
I'm looking
starts with the
for,
girl
I'm like,
blowing the dude. But
yeah.
but every now and again, I'll click on the right video and I'll go, I want to watch the like few minutes leading up.
You know, you seem like you spend like 20 minutes just finding the right video. You're like,
I'll
looking,
spend some time.
You're looking at thumbnails. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't
You
know.
know on Pornhub, you'll like kind of if you click on it, it'll start playing like a few seconds,
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
YouTube. Instead of actually like playing the video, it'll just play a few seconds of the start of it,
Uh-huh.
or like different like
Sometimes though it won't,
yeah.
and you're like, click, and you're like, where's the preview?
I want to know.
So then
if
you're
this
like,
looks
all
good.
right. So you click on the whole video and you're just like skipping through it. You're like, not interested. Next.
You guys want more of this?
We'll do another shot.
Sure.
Dude, I just
Is
want to
that
like.
the peach
I just
or
want
the
to like
peach?
let everybody know. I didn't start
peach.
this box of wine tonight. I started it last
Yikes.
night, so
No, say you
I'm
started
not
it
as-
tonight.
There's
dude,
plenty
it's
it's
funny.
it's legit like almost gone already.
There's
So
plenty
if
of.
anybody wants to slap the bag,
Reds.
like let me know.
You want
Some Reds apple ale.
Is that what you're drinking, by the way?
What?
What are you
No, I'm drinking Land Shark.
Land Shark.
Land Shark Lager. It's just a nice beer.
Dude, what's the one with all the chicks with like
Corona.
like lakes like fishtails? They have it's
Dos
all these
Equis.
girls with like just like freshwater fishtails. Like they have like
Bud
the
Light.
walleye and they have like
I don't know.
that was
Busch Light.
It's a brand of beer, and it's like on the bottle of beer, it's a woman, but it's got like a walleye tail or like a northern tail or like a perch tail.
So
I'll look
it's
it up.
gotta be like Minnesota made. Probably.
It's definitely like a
Like,
it
Midwest.
like
a
an
woman
IPA?
holding the fish?
No, they have it's like they're a mermaid, but the
Is
mermaid
it an
tail is a
IPA?
fish tail. It's not an IPA, I don't think.
Does it come in
It comes in a bottle. I don't
a
know.
bottle?
I don't know.
Well, what you do? Like, what's
I can't remember what
what's
it's
the
called.
package? Like, is the package a bottle?
Is it
Is
or is it a box?
something
of cans
made?
Coney Island Mermaid Pilsner? What?
No, it's not.
and Mermaid
that.
pills?
Mermaid pills. They have the
A
pills.
mermaid man and
That's the
Barnacle
secret
Boy?
to
Barnacle
long-lasting sex. is
Sailor
mermaid.
Jerry.
No,
No.
it's definitely not Sailor
Barnacle
Jerry.
Boy is a beer.
No, I wish.
Uh,
Do you want?
Let me
Where's your
see.
shot
I thought it
glass?
was Land Shark, but maybe I'm wrong.
it's actually G Big Victoria's.
G big. G big.
G Big Victoria.
The fuck is it called?
How are you doing over here,
Get
Miss?
this stuff by the way at
First
First
City?
City.
First City.
First City Liquor.
So good. Like $8 a bottle, so it's kind of spendy for the.
I heard you said it was by like the Mixies, like the pops.
Yeah, it's right when you walk in, like the second aisle.
I never make it like over there. I literally just go to the beer
Straight.
case. and
Just stop and look at that aisle. That's
I-
why I
I
couldn't
know-
find them for so long because that's like the miscellaneous non-alcoholic section, but that's where these are.
Lake Maid is what it's called. It's got the ladies with like the
Oh.
the fish tails or whatever.
Oh, so it's like a mermaid, but
Fishtail's a
not
great
like
movie.
a
They're-
cool mermaid.
no, they're from
Like-
they're like from Midwestern fish.
I've never seen that before.
All right.
Lake Maid? Yeah, it was something made. They have like all different kinds of like fish on there. Like there's the bass. They got the northern. They got all kinds of shit.
It's like Lion Crew.
Sunfish. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's probably not good. I don't like beer that much, so
Figure it out. Try it out.
I have to. I'll have to.
Have to.
That's what I said about my speech
Might.
impediment.
No.
Yeah. Let's go.
She does
All right,
this
Beaker.
now. No. She does this all the time. She just whenever I like roast her her only comeback is.
I'm
I'm
like,
I'll
Tim
do
and I
that.
were
See, I'll
roasting
do
the
that
shit
to
out of you.
Vic, but Vic will impersonate me, and her impersonation of me is like I'll be like, "God, Vic, what the fuck?" and she'll go, "Hey, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking sound like that." And
You
you're like, "I don't sound
definitely
like that."
do
And I'm like,
know.
"Okay."
Well, hey,
Hey.
you
Wait.
leave my boyfriend
All right.
alone.
All right,
You
I'm
don't say
sorry.
We
that.
did win the cutest couple of 2020.
You guys did. That's correct.
Yeah.
Me
Fuck
and
yeah.
Vic, cutest
Hell
couple
yeah, babe.
2021.
Oh
though.
yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You cheating on me with Victoria over here?
Nope, just my friend.
What are you fucking straight?
Straight, you.
What was that?
Oh, the peach.
That was the peach.
I was
Well,
like,
plum,
plum. I was like, that tasted like peach.
but tastes like peach. It does look like a peach.
That was skull.
You know
peach
they're making
tea.
like so many hybrid fruits now. They have like the plute, which is
We're
like
back to bananas.
It's,
The
it's
what?
a plum and an apricot.
You know what? Did you
What?
know that
I
they
have not-
changed the banana?
New fruits are coming
Yeah,
out?
I told you that earlier.
I didn't
yeah.
know new fruits were coming
Yeah,
out.
you know they have the what is it called? It's like a grapple.
What?
Yeah,
Grapple.
a grape and an apple.
That's
I
right.
have a pen. I have an apple.
Pineapple pen. Dance time.
Is that what you're referring to?
No. I was referring to the grapple, which is a grape.
That sounds,
it's an
a
apple that
grapple
tastes
is
like
what
a
you
grape.
do when you like rock climb.
Pen, pineapple, apple, pen.
No, straight up, it's an apple that tastes like a grape, but they have plutes, which is a plum and an apricot.
That sounds dirty.
A plute?
A plute.
What would that be, Steven?
I do. I pluted this
In your
chick.
professional
I
opinion.
polluted in this chick vagina.
I pluted in her mouth, bro.
I swear to fucking God. What is it? Shoot a child and or
Mouth
his
wa-
mouth. Right.
wa-
I literally just
yeah.
can't speak, honestly.
It's totally cool.
Mm.
This is why we practice. This is why we practice.
The coolest. We haven't been recording this whole time. It's just been practice.
Oh, I didn't press record.
Oh, no!
Oh, the lens cap is off.
Oh, nuts.
Fuck.
You know what?
Rats.
Dude, I saw. Were you guys able to see Bowser this last week when he came up?
No.
I was
Oh
no.
my God, he was
I
having a
worked.
blast.
I worked late that night, and then it was like midnight by the time I got home.
Working late again at the office, huh?
Yeah.
You know,
You
finishing
polluting in
and
people
I
whatnot.
was pluting.
No, he came over and we were just telling old war stories about all the times we've been fucked up together. It was awesome.
1919.
It was
Do
1990.
you remember back in Nam?
Well, I just remember like the parties at Big Red when he would get too fucked up, and like there was that, what was it, Christmas, and we're all chilling in my bedroom, right? We looked out at the pong table and Bowser's just ripping a piss right onto the pong table. I'll literally never forget it.
Her Christmas party, her car got stuck in her driveway.
Oh, dude, I was dressed straight up like a Santa hooker.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, and I
Have
was
you
out
heard
there.
this story?
I was out there trying to like help Steven shovel out my car, and
Her
I'm standing
car
there in my
got
hooker
stuck.
outfit.
Wait, when was this? This
When she lived at Big Red, so two years ago. It was a Christmas party, so it was probably after Christmas. It was probably in January.
Okay, so I'm sure we were there then. But
You
I
definitely
just-
were, because Vic it was a
But
slutty summer
obviously we just-
Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I remember I wore shorts and then I had my ugly sweater that's hanging up in there.
Exactly.
So, okay.
No, Vic was wearing a bikini, like a bikini top and like a Hawaiian shirt.
I was
We all had a
wearing
blast.
sweatpants and a jersey.
As usual.
As per usual.
That's
Your
my-
monsters.
I
Yeah,
see-
my
I
favorite
see-
ever is just like, hey, it's a theme party. What are you wearing? You know.
Randy
Same.
Moss.
I honestly think we should have a Steven themed party where everybody comes in sweatpants, a hat, and a jersey.
That's the one.
Dude,
day
we have to
I'm
have a
gonna come in
jersey
suit.
party. Like an actual
I've been
jer- 'cause,
saying it for years.
Dude, I'm gonna get an OJ Simpson jersey without a doubt. You can still get them from
I'll get a
BuffaloBills.com.
Ray
Like
Rice
they
jersey.
will. No, you gotta get an Aaron Hernandez.
Okay.
You
Well,
get
that's-
that, and I'll get OJ Simpson,
Okay.
and we'll be the
Once-
killers.
Ah, we're like a band.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. I'm getting a Letterkenny jersey soon.
That's awesome.
Shorzy
We gotta
69.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Give your balls a tug.
Wait. So what happened though at that like Christmas party?
Oh yeah, so Steven was trying to like tow my car.
Back up.
Okay,
How
so
did you
if
get your
it-
car stuck?
So I was coming home from Bath and Body Works, right? You know, working my life away at that fucking shithole. And I come home and I'm like, you know what? The Explorer can definitely take this snow pile right here. So I try to Baja right through it. My car gets stuck about halfway through. It's like the plowed up snow pile, so it's pretty tall.
This was right before the party started, so I
Yeah.
was still at home.
I'm like, Steven, you need to come help me to get my car out before this party starts. And I come out and I'm in like my bodysuit, my shorts and my fishnets and my
Nah.
Santa hat.
Not quite. That what you're thinking of was the next morning.
Was that the next morning?
Yeah, so we went to Walmart.
I can't
So I had to
remember.
get a shovel.
Yeah, it was.
I
stuck pretty
tried.
good.
So that night that it happened, I went there and I had a tow strap with my truck, and I was like, I can just pull her up. But the way that she was angled, like I didn't have enough room because like right in front of the truck where I would have had to go to get her out was a tree.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, this ain't gonna work. So I was like, it's stuck tonight, whatever. I left my truck there the next morning. We woke up and like objective 1 was wake up, get sober, because I'm fucked up still. And then we tried to go out there and I tried to like get her car unstuck, but I didn't have a shovel and she didn't have a shovel, so we had to go to Walmart. And she was still in the same clothes from the night before.
Classic.
This short fucking, what'd you have? Short
My
shorts?
my booty shorts, my fishnets, and my
leggings.
red velvet bodysuit and
Yeah.
a Santa hat.
Yeah, so she looked like a sexy Santa. And
I was sexy Santa at that party.
Exactly. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
But we went to Walmart to get a shovel, and she had like a jacket on over her like top, so it looked like she was just like a hooker with a jacket on.
Yeah.
Classic.
And you were like,
I was like,
don't mind my hoe.
Don't mind us. We're just
Ho,
here
ho,
to
ho,
get a
it's
shovel.
Christmas,
Yeah.
bitch.
And the only shovel they had was a shitty plastic shovel, so it was like worth like garbage. It was not. It would not get through this tough snow. Like it would just break. But I was like, it's better than nothing. So we got back there, and I think for like 15, 20 minutes, she was just standing outside in her like.
I literally had my hands on my hips
I was
watching.
in her sexy Santa outfit, and I'm like just chipping away at like ice snow, and just like watching me like try to get her truck unstuck, and I'm like, God, people driving by here must just think that I'm wild right now. I just hired a fucking like stripper or some shit, and
Hey,
she
can
got
you help
stuck.
me come get my car unstuck? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's
Let's
go. That was also the same night that a fight broke out at my house, right? It was that Fabian guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
it was
and
me.
Steven.
I thought it was Ryan Rubin.
Because it was me. I stood in for Ryan. I was
Oh,
like, hey,
yeah,
back
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck off.
All of a sudden, you just hear like two grown ass men clambering to the floor. I'm like, oh my god! And of
He
course,
was getting in Ryan's face. I was like, yo, dude, who
Yeah,
are you?
for no reason. I remember. So
like, I know this
how
guy
it
and everyone
started
else
out-
here.
yeah.
Who the fuck are
So
you?
how it started out was I was in the kitchen. I was talking to Ryan and Cody, and
Ah.
I don't know what they were talking about, but what was his name again? It was
Fabian.
Fabian.
They kept calling him Fabio, and he got pissed off.
Yeah,
Mm.
I remember I didn't call him that, but I thought that's what his name was for a bit. So Fabian, whatever. This dude, he comes and he starts talking to Cody and Ryan about whatever, and I don't know, but he said something to like Ryan, like chirped him about something, just like he made some stupid ass joke, and I just remember Ryan made like some joke back at him because Ryan's like, I don't know, he just doesn't give a fuck, and he like thinks everything's funny. Like if you ever like have a conversation with him, like his sense of humor is fucking hilarious, and so like he made a joke back at him, and then like I think Cody laughed or something, and then like he walked away, and the Fabian dude like kind of chased down and was like, hey, what do you mean by that? And that's how it started. And I don't
Yeah.
remember what exactly was said, but I just remember that's how it started. Like he made a joke at Ryan made a joke at him. He got fucking pissed because Ryan made a
Yeah.
joke back, and then like chased after him into the room. Everyone was playing Pong in, and was like, "The fuck do you mean by that?" And then that's when you intervene. So it was you guys that went to the floor
Yeah,
because of that. Because
I
you
was
tried to
literally, like,
intervene,
I
and,
was
and
already
he was just
screaming,
like,
"Get
"Ah!"
off of him!" I'm like, come on, what the fuck? Like, we're just all trying to have a good time because we were all on other shit that night, and like it was just a fucking time.
I was like,
honestly.
and then the dude like came up to me later. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what got over me. I was like, dude,
Dude, let me tell you, that Fabian guy
how
is
about
a-
you just
Just
stop
chill.
being a dick?
Yeah.
Like
He's
you're
a-
at
So
our
so
party.
did he like did you just like immediately like kind of step in and go like
I was
back
like,
off
back
or
the
so-
fuck away.
and then he just like tried to take you to the ground? Is that what happened? Because I didn't see what happened. I just
no, I
remember
literally
looking
just
over and
pushed
seeing
him.
you guys
I
on the
pushed
floor.
him away,
Oh.
and then he like grabbed. Sorry. He like grabbed onto me as like he was falling down,
Oh,
and then
and then,
like
like-
I just got on top of him, like
And
just,
you were like,
wrapped
"This
his
is hot."
I like just wrapped his neck up, and then he just started like trying to punch me in the face, and I was like, "What the hell's
Classic.
going on right now?"
What is this?
I was like,
Dude.
"How did I get myself in this predicament?" And then I was like thinking back, I was
I
like,
do
"This could be a
remember.
movie." Right
I
now.
remember
Like,
him
that
also
is me.
coming up to you that night and apologizing as well. He said something about like, "I'm really sorry." So
Yeah.
I'll at least give him that credit. I remember he came up to you and he said like, "I'm really sorry. This is your house. Like I shouldn't like do
Yeah,
anything
he
like
was.
that."
He said, "He's
before."
like, I'm sorry, I'm so disrespectful." But straight up, that guy is a fucking dick. Like when I had my like blonde hair, I was at the bars one night and I was like, wearing shorts and like had my hair in a pony or whatever. And he's like, you know what? Your calves are like really big. And I was like, oh my God. And then he was like, then he was like, oh yeah, you would probably look better without the blonde tips on your hair. I'm like, oh
you
my
were like, kill yourself,
God.
please.
I'm
Oh
like,
my
you
God.
look like a Play-Doh figure, like somebody like smashed in the fucking oven accidentally. Like, can you please just like fuck off? And I just like stared at him. I was
You know
like,
how much confidence it takes for a dude to come up to you? Like, just let them off easy.
no, straight up. Like, he was being
You're
a
like,
fucking
you look like a
douchebag.
smashed potato.
I literally just stared at him. I was like, he's like, is your natural hair color blonde? I'm like, obviously it's fucking
No,
brown. You can
it's
see
my
by my roots. Like, for fuck's sake, like, just leave me the fuck alone. I'm here trying to play pool. I'm in wool socks, Vans, leggings, and a t-shirt. Like,
Wool
leave me the
socks
fuck.
do it for me.
And then I remember, like, there was also a point that night at that party, Ryan was outside smoking with, like, a few of us. Like, we were out smoking
Well,
cigs.
Fabian and him, like,
he,
made up that night.
yeah,
Yeah.
but before they made up, after the original fight, which wasn't even necessarily between them two, it was, like, between you two. If you call it a fight, whatever.
You stop.
I
He-
just
he-
intervened.
Yeah, he
I-
walked outside and like kind of like stared Ryan down, and Ryan was like, "Dude, can you please get the fuck away from me?" And Ryan the Fabian dude or whatever, he's like, "What the fuck do you mean by that?" And he was like, "We're not about to do this again. I'm just asking you to please, like, you're kind of like following me around." And he was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, bro. I'm just like out to take a piss." And then he was like, "Oh, okay, my bad, bro." And then that's when they like made up,
Oh
and it
my
was so
God.
weird to watch. And I'm like smoking myself. I'm like, I'm going fucking inside. You guys are about to like fucking
Fuck.
beat each other up or fuck one of the two. Like,
Yo, you
Dude,
trying
there
to
was,
jerk
like-
me off? Yeah.
yeah,
There was, like,
why don't
so
you pull
many-
that fat cock out? Let me see what you were.
Just jerk you off right here.
There's,
Bet
like,
you
so
won't.
I
many-
bet you won't.
So many weird times at Big Red. Like, I remember specifically, like, it was that same night, one of the same nights, I think. I think it was New Year's almost, where, like, I walked in from the living room into the kitchen, and I saw Brenna shirtless, right? I saw Brenna shirtless, right? And I see Millie and Weston in there. Weston's in there tying Brenna up, and while Millie's watching, he's got, like, the X's over his nips and shit. I'm like, I grabbed my drink, just took a sip, and walked right back into the
I
living
was
room.
like, what a wild
those
night.
guys are
Honestly,
fucked.
oh, then like one of my friends, like her name is Devin. Her and I used to work at Bath and Body Works together. She came up to me. She's like, Brennan just licked me from like the neck to the ear. I'm like, oh
I'm
my
like,
god. I'm like, I would have,
You're
I would have just ripped her septum ring right the fuck out of her nose if she did that shit to me. But
oh, 'cause you
anyway.
guys had beef in your guys' like sorority chat.
Well, no, I did. Okay, I was trying to be progressive. All right, I was trying to be progressive.
What was that?
Nobody was supporting it. Okay.
Jocelyn said eat my ass and she
Eat
left
my
the
ass.
Literally had like a group chat with all.
Eat my ass.
Literally,
Brenna has
I think
left
it
the
was
chat.
suck my butt. I was literally
Yeah,
like,
suck my butt.
I was like, suck my butt, Brenna, and it was literally, Brenda has left the chat. I was like,
Bro, that was
we
my
have
lock
someone
screen
that
for a
we
while.
chat quite often too.
Brenna,
well,
if you hear
straight
this,
up, like I said, she
it's
was
alright.
She was just
Hey,
straight up.
hey, it's all good fun, Brenda.
It's
so
all good
sensitive.
fun.
It-
We
it's-
like to
it's
have fun.
It was a good time.
We like-
Honestly,
we-
I was
we
just
like
trying to
to
be
have-
progressive and like a sorority, but you know, it's all good.
Jocelyn hates you.
I do not hate anybody thoroughly. I can say honestly right now, I don't hate anybody besides Fabian because he's a fucking
Ooh.
douchebag.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
I've seen him at
haven't-
the bars all the
I
time. He's
haven't
like,
either,
hey,
and
Jocelyn. I'm like,
we
fuck
made
you,
up
it's
that
Big
night, so
Caps
like I don't
McGee
even
over here.
I don't even have a problem with the kid right now,
Oh, yeah.
I never said one word to him that whole night,
and he hates you.
except for
That sounds-
the only thing I said to him that night.
It was eat my ass.
It was eat my ass,
Eat my
bro.
ass.
Dude,
No,
I
just
look so eat my ass.
Eat my ass. You're like,
That's a funny
okay.
thing.
You're like,
That's awesome.
The only
Where
only
you at?
word I ever said to the Fabian dude was like, at one point during
why?
the night,
Why?
him,
Like,
no,
why?
him and Bowser were having a conversation about why Bowser hates Nike so much and
Oh my
loves
God.
Adidas. And he was like, no, fuck Nike. And he was like, what? And he like, Fabian like looked at me and I was like, he hates Nike. And that was the only thing I've ever said to the guy. I just looked at him and was like, he hates Nike. I don't know. And he like laughed and then he was like, what do you hate Nike? And then Bowser explained why he hates Nike.
It's so
Something
random.
about he got some pair. Like, Bowser,
No,
if you're listening
no,
to this, I believe you said something about you got this really, really nice pair of shoes, and the day you bought them, they were already ruined. Like the sole or something, like got all fucked up, and so since then you.
I always
boycotted
just
them or
thought
something? I
he
don't know.
like just loved Adidas. Like he just.
I think he's always loved Adidas, but I remember something about he bought a specific like expensive nice pair of Nikes.
He wouldn't buy football jerseys because they were sponsored by Nike.
Yeah.
Now I have to.
Aren't
pee.
the Ravens hats that he like has bought in the past though? Like
They don't have the symbol, like the emblem. on it.
Oh.
It's just
That's
That's
not
a
the
bathroom.
bathroom.
Bedroom.
Where's the bathroom? Okay, there
Don't go in there. No, it's just,
Whoa, the blue dolphin.
well, what is lightsaber? No, that's just
I
the.
think the hats that he has are new era.
Okay.
I think because they're like the hat company.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
I think you're right. I don't know.
Could be wrong.
I'll have to. I'll text Bowser. I'm gonna text you if you're listening to this. And I'll ask you why don't you like that? Well, first I gotta get him on a podcast. I know he said he wants to be on one, and I want to try to get him on one before we move. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
When
he's
is
coming
that?
on when we move.
End of May.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to be out by June 1st.
So we'll be gone by then.
It's like a little over
Very.
a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very close.
You guys already have a place lined up, and
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
he'll move home. I'll be.
It's got a hot tub and a pool.
Yeah.
no,
Yep.
Yeah.
in the
And a
apartment.
gym.
Not in the apartment itself, but like the apartment building has.
Does
Yeah.
it have laundry?
And they got it. It
Yes.
does have a lunchroom.
Oh, it's a
And it's got a-
big upgrade.
It's got a foosball table and
Wait,
a pool
hold on.
table as
Are
well.
the walls
And a gym. The walls
Same
are
color?
the same color all the way around.
Yeah.
Just what it gloss.
At your new apartment?
That was the fastest pee out of everyone.
Dude, I
We
washed
didn't
my
time
hands
it,
and
we don't
everything.
know. We
I
don't
washed
know.
my hands.
Fuck, I should've
Dude, I lost
Yeah,
my
huh?
vape.
Oh,
It's probably
no.
in the toilet.
It's
Or in that
literally
other
right
room.
there. I can see it
Where is it?
right on.
toilet?
Put it on the counter?
Okay,
Oh
you
my
can't-
God,
You can't point and be like, it's right there. Like
What do you
that's
mean?
like my dad when he tries to tell me, like, when I was a kid and he would tell me to like do something, I'd be like, okay, where? And he'd be like, there. I'd be like, Dad, location.
Okay,
Like
here, you come with me and
by the
point.
old oak tree, like where?
Bring me to said location.
Did you guys ever have to like hold a flashlight for your dad?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh my
What?
god.
Yeah, like what?
Like
you,
this, like
you
when
said
you-
no.
No.
He never was like, hey, can you just
Can you,
help
like,
me
hold
out?
the light
Yeah.
for
My
me?
dad doesn't
He would
like.
do some electrical shit
My
and
dad
he'd be
doesn't
like,
do
I have to
things
use
like
both hands.
that.
Like, no, hold this flashlight, and I would. And then
Like,
he'd be
he
like,
go-
no,
he go-
hold
it
it.
could be
Unless
like,
I-
like,
Sorry,
it's
speak
like a dark room. You're just looking for
Dad, I'm a little
like a
guy.
battery
No,
underneath the
He's
couch.
shorter
no?
than me.
No.
Nothing.
Don't hit
Never
me.
did that.
No.
Not
Never
again.
needed you to hold a light for anything.
As far as I know, in my like 22 years of life, no.
Like
Life. I said life.
22 years.
Quit making
I don't
fun
know
of
about
I didn't-
Victoria.
But I'm feeling torn. Bitch, I hope the fuck you,
You
do.
do.
No.
Oh my
Honestly,
God.
Victoria's the star. We all
It's
know.
Kelsey,
we know.
okay?
We all know whose podcast this is.
You're 3 drinks deep. Holy. Watermelon. I'm gonna have a sip of this.
Yeah, it
It's okay.
sucks. I
I
might
don't
as well
What?
get
I love watermelon.
Dude, I kind of like the new Bud Light seltzers. This is the watermelon mojito one.
Oh my god.
I,
like
I
that
hate
one.
watermelon.
Anything watermelon. That's my favorite like
May I-
artificial fruit
Yeah, go-
flavor.
I hate
Is-
watermelon.
Anything
I
love
watermelon
it.
Oh,
is
it's-
delicious.
It's just the end. It's all the backwash.
Mm.
You
You're
get
welcome.
Vic and TR Bash Wash plus
Yeah,
watermelon. I would consider that an honor.
Oh, that's delicious.
That's a win.
Okay, so
Wait, what? It
I
tastes
like that one.
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
It tastes like shit.
Okay, honestly
I
though,
like
okay, so
No. What,
Yeah,
like,
finish it,
It
go
tastes
ahead.
like watermelon when I drink it, but then when I like do the
it's the mojito, it's the mint.
yeah, it's like toothpaste.
There was one time we went to like 209's
Oh,
like
I
happy
like it.
hour, you know, from like 4 to 6 when they have
I
like
like
the
toothpaste,
twofers.
too.
I drank about 10 mojitos in about like maybe
Oh
like
my
one
God.
1.5 hours.
That
I
was
was
10?
That was the same
Bro.
night Ryan was talking about fish. Or no, wait, no,
Chickens.
Chickens.
he's
Probably
like,
8 or 9.
He's
Never-
not.
He's like,
not.
my
not- never
grandpa
tell
has
no.
a chicken hookup. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, could be like 8, maybe 9. I was like, 8 or 9 what? He's like, never 10, maybe 7. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, chicken breasts.
I'm pissed. Time me on this one.
Hold on.
Hey, I definitely peed faster than all you
That's
guys.
your third one. You gotta be.
Okay.
Straight up. Okay, straight
So
up.
like, I'm sorry that I piss
Oh my
so
God.
much. Here's the thing. No, I just have to say because here's the thing. I'm embarrassed about it. I'm a little self-conscious
Why?
about it.
About what?
Got a
Well,
squirrel
okay.
bladder or what?
Here's the thing. Okay. Now I'm
Yes.
No, I'm sitting.
Well,
here.
don't
No,
pee
I do.
yourself.
Don't
So
pee.
I've oh,
Oh my god.
Ah,
So I've-
shucks.
like I'm a tiny dude. I've always had a pretty small. Yeah,
Hey, don't-
I know.
As
much-
No, I was looking at.
You're like,
I was
oh
looking for a
no,
place
you're
to
pretty
rest my-
average.
As much it may look like I'm fucking yoked. Like I'm pretty small.
I mean,
so,
you lift
but yeah, I lift
boxes,
donuts in my mouth. No,
marinated.
I've always had like a small bladder, but like water. I can drink water and I drink so much
Oh.
water. I drink water all fucking day, and I don't have to pee that much. Same with like any juice or anything. The second I drink beer, it goes through me so fucking fast, and as soon as I break the seal, I just cannot hold it.
When I take a
I
road
just
trip,
have to pee
When I-
so much. And the worst part is, whenever we have a darty, I feel so embarrassed because I feel like
Don't.
I'm going to piss at this tree for the 5th time in like an hour.
Because
And
no,
I just
90% of us also have to pee.
I know, but in my self-conscious, when I go to piss on this tree, I'm thinking, God, they're fucking like thinking to their like themselves like,
He's got
oh my God,
cancer.
TR's peeing again for the
Quite
5th time.
quite
And I'm like,
literally,
no.
all we're
Dude,
thinking
at
about.
least it's not as embarrassing when Morty goes to pee, because he'll straight up, he'll like get in the stance, right?
Like, right next to you,
really,
too.
Like way
The
far away. He'll
stance.
get up on a tree, he'll be like this, straight up. Like he'll be like
And
like,
sometimes
such
he'll
a
like kind of
wide
peek around to
stance.
see if people.
And he'll have his
Everybody's
phone
like,
out.
Morty, what are you doing?
Oh,
it
he's
kills
pissing.
me. It
All right,
kills me.
now I'm pissed.
All right, now you're pissing. Good luck.
Look, I have a small black.
Hope everything
On
comes
road
out okay.
trips, I drink a lot of water. I have to take several stops.
Mm.
Like, the average road trip takes about twice as long, so I can pee.
I don't think that's true. Okay, honestly, I just remember this like vividly in like my childhood. Like whenever my dad and I would ride together, like he'd be like dancing around in his seat, literally just like up and down like this, and he'll like be like blaring some rock music. He's like, oh my god, I gotta pee, oh my god. He's like grabbing it, and literally we'll get a mile away from the house. He's like, oh my god, I gotta stop. So we'll stop, rip a piss, and then we'll get home. Like we'll literally get home. I'm like, okay, Dad, like that was
Couldn't
really,
have waited like
that was like really super aggressive. But I guess when you get old, you have like this thing where you can't like hold your pee. So you
Your
just...
dad's still very young.
My dad's like 52. He's a fit 52. Everybody says my dad's hot. I hope I
Oh.
age like my parents.
How old do you think my dad is?
53.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is he 48? How old is he?
Older.
53.
Then older. I just said
54?
older. I think he's 50.
You know your dad's age?
6. He was born in 63.
My dad was born in 69.
63. What is...
I don't fucking
Vic,
know.
My dad was born in 69.
You're the math girl, right?
I can't.
63.
I can't do
What?
basic math.
Born... Yeah.
What?
Welcome back. Born in
63,
63.
how
How
old?
old are you? You're 50.
37,
What?
21,
Yeah, I was
so
like-
you're... Sorry, 37, you're 21, so you would be 58.
Yeah.
Yeah,
50.
I was like, my parents
That
are
was
both.
good.
My parents
Holy
are both
fuck.
52 right now, and they're both up really hot.
I gotta get that kid a grand. He's gonna be 60 soon.
Dude, like they're both. My
Your dad?
parents are both like super
I said-
hot.
Dude,
They're both
my-
like
yeah, my-
52.
My dad's
so I'm
gonna
just
be
really hoping I age
56
like that.
next year, or
Oh.
57, one of the two.
My,
dad's fucking
my dad, my mom had me when she was 30, so did like my dad obviously too. So like I'm really just hoping I age like my parents, because I was like, your dad's so hot, so is your mom. I'm like, I hope I age like them, bro, straight up.
Same.
I hope I don't
Everyone
age
says.
like my parents.
Everyone
I
says
hope
the
I
same
hope I
thing to me.
age like my parents, except for my dad's hairline. I'm sorry, Dad.
Yeah, I feel like you got a pretty strong hairline going TR.
Yeah, but I'm young.
No, you.
That
no,
could go, because
so
my dad at,
you
at
follow-
my age had
you
a
fo-
mullet, and
You
it
follow.
was
No,
nice.
no, no,
so
no. You follow your mother's father's hair, like the hairs.
Your mom's dad.
Your mom's
so your
dad.
grandpa.
Oh, he had a nice head of hair.
Yeah, so
before
that's
he
what
got
you'll
me
have.
croaked,
You'll
so
have. You'll have.
We'll be good.
Croaked.
You gotta pee?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Good
thought
luck,
you
Well,
Vic.
that's the
rolled it,
first
but
one
I
of this
cannot.
podcast. Yeah.
I know.
It's very
Well, hey,
rare.
should we time it?
No.
No, I'm going.
I'm like,
to.
I went pretty
I swear,
fast.
even like seltzers do not affect me that much. It's beer. For whatever reason, whatever's in fucking beer, it goes through my bladder.
Dude, beer
so
just makes
quick.
me so bloated, honestly. Like, I just can't
That's a
drink
fun
beers all
word.
night.
See, for me, it's
Bloated.
like I get fuller on seltzers than beer, actually. And maybe that could be gut rot.
I get
but
fuller on like IP, like thick beer.
Yeah,
Thick. Have you ever had thick water?
I haven't.
They
had
have
thick
that for
water,
when you
but I
have
know-
to relearn how to swallow.
Yeah.
Really?
It looks like you're like just
I just thought that was
swallowing
like a
straight
niche
spit.
thing for people.
It's
It's just-
like swallowing cum.
I bet. I've
Little
seen.
bunch.
Do you guys know who Badland Chugs is?
Huh?
Badland Chugs is his name. He's this
Oh wait,
big
yeah, yeah,
black dude who just chugs
Yep,
shit
yep,
on
yep.
YouTube.
and he'll put like 5 fucking
He has a
2
DOS
liter
boost.
pops.
Yeah.
He'll put like 5 2-liter pops
in
his
a
drink.
DOS boot. He goes like, and then he just chugs it all in
It'll
like
be
a
like
minute.
in January, cold fucking pop, and he's
Yeah.
just like to the
He
dome.
he did the thick water like challenge where he did a DOS boot of
You know,
thick water,
I-
and it looked like fucking cum, like
I saw that.
consistency
It's
wise.
thick.
Have
Yeah,
you-
consistency wise, it is.
TR,
That was fast.
do you follow
Fried chicken in there.
you chipping porcelain? You ever see? You like that one?
Which one?
Chipping
Chipping
porcelain.
porcelain.
I don't think I've seen it. What do you mean by chipping porcelain?
Well, you know.
Can we just like the
Been
scream
there,
is too
done that.
strong, or like what?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, so we've
Yeah.
recently gotten
Wait.
a new male
I was
roommate, and
just
he
talk-
leaves the toilet seat up, bro. He leaves the toilet seat up. I've fallen into the
Oh,
toilet
shit.
3 times in the past week.
131.
Okay, well, that's not accurate.
Well,
That's
who
definitely not
says?
accurate. It's been like 15 seconds since Vic sat down.
Okay.
Me and Vic have definitely
15's
pissed faster than
generous.
you and TR.
Yeah.
True.
Well, I
True
gotta
story.
drag
And you guys
this
don't even
horse
wash
to
your
get out of my
hands,
boxers.
Yeah, I got it.
That's like 10 seconds in itself.
Dude, I'll literally never
I'm
forget,
like-
like, Kale, what was it? Like, Kale was up. Kale and Willie were up for, like, Halloween, and Kale just ran around yelling, Charleston's got an 8-inch cock! Charleston's got an 8-inch
It's
cock!
7.5.
It's actually 8 inches, straight up.
No. You're giving yourself way too much credit.
It's my big dick energy, I think.
It's 7.5.
Mm.
Maybe 7 3/4.
I think it's definitely 8 inches.
Anyway.
Either way. Anyways.
Can I hit your vape?
Who's?
You have to
Both.
finish undressing it. Wait, which one did you get? You said it.
I got the Loon Max Strawberry Bad Bull, because they can't
Bull.
say Red Bull.
Watermelon.
bad bull.
I've been a bad
You
bull.
bad bull. It's your new
Dude, I
nickname.
can't- I
It's
just
like
literally-
McMuffin. You're like, sorry, Muffin.
I love you, Muffin.
I straight up can't, like, squeeze
Stop.
the button
I'm
with
so
my
sorry,
fucked up
bad
thumb.
bull. You're being a real bad bull.
I love you, Daddy.
Bad
I
bitches
love
only.
you.
I love you. Do the roll.
That's
He's
a
getting
bit-
away, Dad.
That's a bit aggressive.
I love you, Daddy. Hear the roar.
God damn it,
Shrek
love
is a
it.
cinematic masterpiece. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
No, Shrek is a cinematic
Dude, they got
masterpiece.
Shrek 2 on Hulu.
Oh, Shrek 2. That's the best.
Dude, I love all the
No.
Shreks, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, the first one.
No.
No, you don't just say no. You
Unpopular,
back it up. What do you mean,
unpopular
no?
opinion,
Prince
but I
Charming
think the
really
third
just-
one is the funniest.
he makes
Which
I,
okay?
I
Which
love
one? What's
the
the
third
what's the
one.
storyline of the third one? Is that the,
The
one?
third one is
Prince
when
Arthur.
yeah, so
I like that
king,
one.
the king dies,
Yeah,
so they have to go find Prince Arthur.
yeah, and, he
and
really
he's in
doesn't want
college.
to be king.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to be king, and so I don't know. I just think it's so funny.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I
I
just
love
don't
all the
think you can
Shrek.
After
the
like the
original,
third is when
like-
they really go downhill.
Well, they only made one after.
They
Yeah,
made
and it
Shrek
sucked.
Forever After.
What?
There's 4 Shreks.
What's the one where like
No.
they have the American
Really?
Idol at the end and Simon's in it?
Shrek
That's
2.
Two.
Shrek
Yeah,
2.
Shrek 2 I like, you know.
Yeah.
Shrek 2 I like when they're
There's
in
a
the potion
fourth
factory.
one?
There's a
Yeah,
fourth one. Shrek
it's got,
Forever
like,
After. That's the one with Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. And he's like, he took the day that Shrek was born or whatever, and he like Fiona's like a bad bitch running
I
like
think
a
I have
like
to
a ogre colony.
rewatch the Shreks because I don't recall any of that.
I've
It's a
only
damn
seen
good
it once
movie.
a long time
It's
ago.
a cinematic masterpiece, honestly.
A
Shrek
long
movies
time
are so
ago,
good.
once upon a time.
Yeah,
Have you seen the new SpongeBob remake?
I haven't.
I
remember
haven't seen
you said it was really funny.
The newest,
No,
the newest
the
SpongeBob I've
movie.
seen is SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the one where they have I'm a goofy goober.
Rock.
That's
Burn,
old as
burn,
fuck.
burn.
Yeah.
That's old. There's
What
a,
the
there's,
scallop?
there's, I'm gonna start using that.
Hooray for SpongeBob! And he has the flame in his ass
Hey,
cheek.
did you see my underwear? No,
No.
Patrick.
Did
Did
you
you
want
want
to?
to?
What's that? It's a bag of wins. I stole it from my father. You're hot!
Well, David Hasselhoff.
Hello, boys.
Looks like
The
you boys have a
technique.
little bit of
No.
salad left on your lip from lunch.
There's a new.
Are you a mermaid?
You have Paramount Plus?
No.
No.
Okay, so
Gotta get it.
here's the thing that is wrong with me is I own pretty much every subscription to everything.
Your
It's,
bill's
spending
gotta
like
be
$100
huge.
a
well,
month
no,
on
here's the
streaming
thing. Well,
services.
no. So here's the thing is like
You
I
do
don't
watch a
notice
lot of
it.
TV though.
I really don't. I see I have many problems. One of which I own subscriptions to pretty much everything except for Disney Plus. But I really only watch Hulu. And it's only one show.
You're like old man
Last
sitcom
Man
shows.
Standing. Like that's really the only show
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watch. But on Paramount Plus, because I have that subscription as well. It used to be that CBS Go, and you were there. You guys both were there when I purchased the subscription. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were just trying to watch a football game.
Was
Yeah.
it the Super Bowl? Super Bowl night.
No,
I
it was just a Vikings.
It was
game.
yeah. It was a normal. It was the Vikings Dallas.
Yep.
Vikings Dallas.
Yep, and I was like,
Was that the $20 night?
That was $20.
Yeah.
That was
and
awesome.
I think I bought like 2 different subscriptions. I bought NFL Network, and that didn't allow me to do anything. Why did I just do this? But I think I still own it because I didn't cancel it. Anyway, I don't notice it because every time I look at my bank account, it's like, all right, $6, $7, $8. Like I don't really notice
Yeah.
that.
Steven's just basically saying he's rich. I mean, shut
I'm
all
not saying
about
that
it.
at all.
Yeah,
I'm
got
saying Paramount Plus has a new SpongeBob movie.
Is
And
it the
that-
sponge out of water one?
think that's what it's called. It's like a new SpongeBob movie, but it's different. Like, it's animated differently. It's kind of funny. And then off the movie, they made a spin-off. It's called Camp Corral.
Coral? Do you mean?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Who has the speech impediment now? Camp Coral, but it's spelled with a K.
Coral.
I always make jokes that it's just like a spin-off of like Jewish labor camps.
Yeah, that's definitely what it's gotta be about.
Anyway, Camp Coral. I
Camp
almost said it
Corral.
again, Corral.
You guys have been
the
like,
Golden
what's
Corral.
What's it about? Like
It's
spin-off?
it's the prequel, so it's like how they like met. It's SpongeBob, Patrick,
SpongeBob,
Squidward, Sandy as kids in this camp, summer camp, and Mr. Krabs is in it, but he's not. He doesn't own
Eugene.
the Krusty Krabs. He's like the camp counselor. It's really weird, but they like made the whole animation look fucked. Like it's not. It
Is
doesn't
it like
look,
the realistic animation?
No, it's like an even kiddier version of it. It
Like
looks
3D
See, that's
kind of shit.
actually that would be non-canon. Sorry to drop some knowledge on you.
Yeah,
that would be
fair.
non-canon because there's an early episode of SpongeBob from the 90s where SpongeBob first meets Sandy, and like they're normally grown like how they are in the normal series, and he
Yeah.
doesn't met her for the first time ever.
Yeah.
So that
And
would be
then this
non-canon,
one
but
is they're in
it looks
camp
dope.
together as children.
Okay,
You gotta watch if you guys want to, and you don't want to buy the subscription. Just come over.
we'll stop over.
Steven,
Yeah.
drop your username and the password in the podcast.
If
And
I
your
knew
credit card info.
if I knew it, I would. I just hit. I have save password on all of these subscriptions, and I
Okay.
just hit. Log
It's not SRZ 1202.
96 exclamation. That's for several things, but not.
Oh,
all
I'm gonna
things.
hack everything. I'm
You
a
don't know-
hacker.
you don't know what that's for.
SRZ
And
1202
that's just the
exclamation
password.
point
You don't know my
96.
username.
Is it Steven Raziskin at like hotmail.com because you're old as fuck?
No, I don't have Hotmail.
Tiffany has Hotmail.
I have
So
Comcast.
that's older. That's even older than Hotmail.
I have DuckDuckGo. What are you talking
for
about?
the email. For an email.
No, for my web browser. It's DuckDuckGo.
I have Firefox.
Firefox.
Mozilla.
What is it?
What
Is
were
this
we
the-
choosing
Mozilla.
to-
Is this peach
I
or
don't know.
peach?
This is the
grapefruit. Asshole.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Grapefruit asshole.
Fuck you.
This is grapefruit asshole flavor.
You guys remember that video of the chick with a grapefruit and talking about sucking her man's dick?
Oh
Yeah,
my
grapefruit.
God.
Yeah,
You're
it's
You're
called
like-
grapefruity. She's like,
You're
so the
you're
first
fucking
thing,
them and sucking
Cut
them.
the tops
Yeah.
and the bottom off.
the first thing you want to do is, well, you gotta get him hard. So suck his dick. And then she's like, and then you put the grapefruit on the dick, and then suck his dick. It's like you're sucking him and fucking him at the same time.
And you're getting some vitamin C.
Grapefruit has a bunch of vitamin C, so I love that video. Dude,
So
That video fucking
There's
The
this
noises that she
video
makes.
of this dude who streams on Twitch stream. He streams like Guitar Hero, and he's doing a Guitar Hero stream to what is it? Sicko mode. And it starts off for Sicko mode.
Mobamba?
And it's like dun, 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 like and it starts out with Drake's verse where he's like, I just have me out like and then at one point it just stops and all of a sudden it's just like nothing and then it starts again with like the lady going, so the first thing you gotta do, and he's like playing, he's like, what the fuck? He's like, the first thing you gotta do is suck his dick. And then it's like a bunch of them in a line, so he's like, what the fuck? And it's so fucking funny. Like, so he has to play the rest of that video on like Guitar Hero or Rock Band. I think Rock Band does the one where like you can do custom songs, like they mod it so you like play it to whatever soundbite you want, and that was the soundbite. Like it was that. No, that was a different song he did it to. For the Sicko Mode one, it started out normal Sicko Mode, and then it got to like Drake's verse or whatever, and he was like, back in high school, I used to jerk him with my hand, and like it's like gay Drake, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Dude.
Gay Drake.
Okay, we've recently got like a new TV that we could hook the Wii like directly up to. So
Why? Why did you-
Megs, Eli, and Squanchy just got absolutely fucking obliterated playing Drunkio Kart the other night.
Oh,
Maggie,
yeah.
Meg, you can hit that. Maggie didn't know like how Drunkio Kart worked.
Yeah, that's consent.
Maggie didn't know how Drunkio Kart works. She didn't realize that you had to finish a drink every time you started a race. She's like, I gotta start doing shot glasses. So she was really pouring like this much wine, like probably like an inch high of wine in her drinks, and she was like winning. She's like, I'm winning. I'm like, Maggie,
Yeah.
you gotta drink more than that to
It
win.
has to be a
Drunkio
full cup, and you
No,
have.
it's a beer.
It's
You have to
normally
finish
like
your
and or.
beer.
Yeah.
Normally,
Yeah.
it's like
Before
a
the
full
race
beer before the
ends.
race ends. You have
and you
to
can't
finish
drink
it.
and drive. You
And
know?
normally, you can't be driving at the same time. So normally
People
what every
cheat
person
all the
does
time.
is you just right when it says go,
You just finish
you
your
just
beer.
chug your
I
beer.
literally
Pretty much the
slammed
last-
the
Yeah, and you
fuck out of
slam
it.
it
sip.
and then you start.
Yeah.
I was on seltzers that night, and I drank about 4 seltzers
Sounds
in
like a
like
drug.
20 minutes, and I was just fucking hammered within like 20 minutes. I just couldn't handle my shit anymore. It was
Classic.
awesome. Honestly, though, like we need to have like a drunk Wii night at my place. It's a good
Oh
time.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
wanna
got Mario
play Wii
Strikers
Fit.
Charged.
We were playing Wii
Bring
Sports
that.
Resort by the end of the night. I got like
Whoa.
7 strikes in a row bowling. Don't know how I
Oh
did
my
it,
God.
but I
When
did
you,
it.
Did you guys play the one game where it's like they put obstacles in front of the ball? So you gotta like curve it different ways.
We didn't play that type of bowling. We just played normal bowling.
My favorite in that game is to like purposely throw it backwards just to
Like,
watch the whole
wow.
crowd go, whoa, and spinning around.
Spinning
You guys
around.
remember like all the the computer like Wii's, not Wii's, Mii's, the computer Mii's.
Mii's.
There was like the black one that was
Oh,
literally
yeah.
Matt.
Matt,
such
yeah.
a Matt. He was such a beast, bro, at tennis. He would
Yeah,
always
dude.
kick my
I
ass.
could
was
never beat him in boxing.
It was
No.
Serena,
I'd
always try to,
Serena
but-
and Venus Williams. I always like.
Yeah.
Just,
Did they both play tennis, or was it only
Yeah,
Serena?
they both
They
do.
both do, yeah.
I think they
Serena was
both have,
way
like,
more popular I feel
Titles too, or like whatever.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
They're both
Well,
fucking.
I think it's
beasts.
because Serena like won a title while pregnant. I think that's why she's.
Dude, that's
more
pretty
famous.
fucking intense.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, I
hate
remember.
to get a ball right to the stomach and whoops, there
Bye,
goes
baby.
that kid.
Well, not the tennis. If it's a tennis ball, I feel like it's really not that
I
bad.
feel like a coat hanger wouldn't do it either.
But apparently, go fishing in.
You and me going fishing in the
In
dark.
in the box, fishing in the box.
Fish
fishing in the
you
box.
and me go fishing in the box.
We're
Shut
making a spin-off. Let's go.
Oh my
Fishing
god.
in the box.
I remember today at work I couldn't really find anything to talk about to my coworkers, but there's this one coworker that's about to have a
slice my thumb.
No. There was this one coworker that's gonna have a baby soon. I was like, hey bro, like when's your baby due? He's like, tomorrow. I'm like, Cap. He's like, no, like literally it's tomorrow. I'm like, oh my god.
He's
Like
been
why are
going
you at
on
work?
and on about that. He's like, she still hasn't had it yet. They're gonna induce her. I was like, cool.
I just don't even know. Like I generally don't know what to
Like,
talk about.
alright.
Like the coworkers that aren't already my friends out of work, I generally don't know what to talk to them about because they all get really like scared
just
that I have
don't.
a drug problem and like I'm
You
like an
just work.
alcoholic. What?
That's my favorite part. Is like you just don't talk to them.
I know that that's you, but I have to be social.
I'm here to work.
I'm here to have a good time and
If you
slice
want
my
to
thumb
talk to
open.
me, fuck off.
That's what they say about you.
Get out of here.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. Honestly.
Feel attacked.
But can we just talk about Tuesday nights at the bars when it's like pool league for like the bars and we all just try to go out and like play pool and they're like, hey, you guys need to stay out of our way because we're playing league right now.
Oh my god.
Are you guys almost done with that table?
Oh, you guys need to stay the
And
fuck
it's
out
like
of our
we have
way.
quarters on, so we're still gonna play after this game.
Yeah,
And
we're,
they're like,
we're just here having a good
I have
time.
50-cent pieces.
it's like you'd
bitch.
think if it was league, they would just have all of them reserved.
Exactly.
So, but they don't. So like we would go.
That's because
and
the
then-
league is
Bar-
bullshit.
It's just bar league.
No, it's not like a league. It's just them wanting to play.
I didn't know that.
I don't
did
think
not know
there's
that.
any.
I feel like it's you could call it like a beer league almost. I'm sure they have their own little bracket or whatever. So
We
they
could call
set,
it
they
a
set
league,
these
too.
nights, but they probably don't call make reservations. So yeah, they just
I
head
don't think
there.
bars reserve the
Pool
especially in Bemidji, Minnesota.
Yeah,
I doubt
no.
it.
It's like, hey,
It just
We
sucks
only
to go to
have,
the bar
like,
and they're
2
like,
pool
yeah,
tables.
so you guys can't be playing tonight because we're in like league, so like you gotta get out of our way. And
It's
I'm
like,
like,
no, thank you.
how about you suck my fucking 8-inch cock, all right?
Last I checked, we walked in and no
7.5.
one was using this fucking pool table. So, and I just put quarters in. So, shh.
Dude, speaking of which, so I was.
See
It was.
you later, buddy. If
I
it was
don't-
league, you will buy your own pool table, play it at home.
I don't know if you guys remember my friend Nicole, the one that worked with me at Bath and Body, like
Thick-
Thicky Nikki.
I couldn't forget.
Thickest-
Thicky Nikki. Oh shit, she's
thickest
awesome.
Girl. Wait, what did
Listen-
Owen say?
I couldn't forget.
Nikki's
What?
got the fattest ass in Bemidji. Anyway, so that's what
We're
Owen
playing
said.
volleyball one day. Oh.
Oh yeah. Hey, stop.
I was
Don't
like,
talk
I'll
about
be
it.
in the back.
No, but it was her last night in Bemidji last night. She came and drank some wine with us, and she was talking to me about the night that I blacked out and spent $250 at the bar. She's like, Jocelyn, you got like 3 rolls of quarters, and you just left them places. I'm like, what? I thought I put them she's like, I was like, I thought I put them in your purse, and she's like, no, they were in my purse, but you just left them around. She's like, even though you're just trying to play pool and darts, you got 3 rolls of quarters. You got $30 worth of quarters. I'm like, yeah. That really doesn't surprise me. That's probably why I ended up spending $250 at the bar. But for fuck's sake, I was like, they're not in your
You're
purse
missing
anymore.
$220.
Yeah, well, yeah, $30. Well, yeah, I bought a lot of shots. All right, I just wanted everybody to have as good as a time as I was. Honestly, I'm really not good at math. Okay.
I think. Did you put on a tab?
Yeah, obviously I put it
think
on a
those
tab.
bartenders put a hefty tip on.
I was drunk as fuck, so I don't blame them. I'm sure it was annoying. I literally can't blame them for me being drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
But, you know, as long as I have a good time and everybody else has a good time, I'm having a good time.
We're all having a good time.
Well, yeah.
Feel it.
I was looking at, like, my
Just kind
drunk...
of clean my shoes afterwards.
I was...
What the fuck is that's
What
ice.
the fuck?
What the fuck is this? That's ice, Morty.
Dude,
what the fuck?
Yo, when we were playing before you showed up to beer darts 2-3 weeks
Like 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
We were out
Anyway,
on
we
the
were
ice at
playing
Manchester
beer
Place,
darts on the lake, right? And you showed up and we had already moved into the
Yeah, the garage.
garage. But when we were on the lake, Morty like stood up because like I hit him. He finished his beer.
Horny.
And then he like looked down at the ice and he just started stomping his foot. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "That's ice, Morty."
And he was like,
What the fuck? Yeah, it's like, what are you trying
and
to
then at
swim?
one point, fucking, you like stabbed your can or something like that, and it like squirted everywhere, and you like, so you squirted around, and you like sprayed on Morty, and it was like a kiwi strawberry seltzer or whatever, and Morty's like, I'm gonna smell like peaches, and you're like, it's kiwi strawberry, and he was like, what the fuck?
Then why do I smell like peaches? I was like, it's probably Japanese.
Oh
I'm like, I don't know,
God.
dude, like,
What-
what
what-
the fuck is this?
Every-
That's ice.
What the fuck is
What-
ice doing here? Like,
What restaurant was Morty at when he just came out of the bathroom? He's like,
Oh, we were
I'm
at,
Bunkhouse.
horny.
we were at Bunkhouse.
When that was
Dude,
still
I
open, yeah.
miss Bunkhouse.
He just
Oh
walks
my
out of that and
God.
he's like,
Yeah.
I'm horny. And we're like, what? Dude,
Right?
keep it down. There are families in here. And he tried to play it off that he said something else.
Yeah,
He did not.
He
He said,
said, "I'm horny."
he very clearly said, I'm horny.
After walking out of the before he walked into the bathroom when we were like placing our orders, I had like mentioned I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, the tots.
the tots." Yeah,
Yeah.
And the waiter was like, "Oh yeah, we only have enough for like one more serving." I was like, "You know what? I'll let someone else have that serving. I'm sure someone else is really gonna crave tots later." And Morty was the next person to order.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'll
"I'll have the tots."
He was like, well, if he's not going to have them, I'll have them.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm like,
awesome.
I was like, "Of course."
I missed the bunkhouse. They had
Oh,
really
yeah.
good food.
They have really good,
They had really good
cheap
food.
Cheap.
It was cheap. The drinks were pretty cheap too.
And for
We
you
And
guys,
and
it
the
was
drinks were
right
fucking
outside.
Yeah,
strong,
and
too.
we would go, like, if there was nothing going on one night, it would be like a Monday night football game, and we would just go and just like watch it, like have a few drinks, watch like till halftime, and then come back here. It was so fucking nice.
I miss
But-
Bunkhouse.
Yeah.
I miss Bunkhouse.
Somebody needs to buy that place and make some cheap ass, good ass food.
They need to make it an
Bunkhouse.
actual bar. That's
Swear.
because they were only ever open till 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, 10 actually. They were only
I
ever
didn't go
open
there
till 10.
often. When
They
I did,
need
it was
to
with
like.
you
Always,
guys.
like,
I'm
breakfast.
hoping
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
buys it, turns it into a bar,
They
grill,
had-
restaurant place like Bunkhouse was, but leave it open till 2 a.m. Because guess what?
Our bars aren't open till.
I'm
10.
sure more students would go
Well,
there.
eventually, when
We'll
after,
find
hopefully
out.
after COVID,
We'll see.
like, dude,
Is,
'cause I would have gone there all the time because it would have been great for college kids because there are a lot of college kids that are 21 that still live on
you
campus.
guys are going to North Dakota, right?
Yeah.
Is that state open?
They are open.
Yes.
Any snap stories I've seen of like
So-
Fargo or Grand Forks, people are just clubbing, bro.
So
no
we're just
masks, no
gonna-
nothing.
Yes.
We're gonna go visit
gonna
Vic and
party,
TR,
you guys.
and we're just what was that?
You guys
Maggie showed me the whole itinerary.
The
of when we-
itinerary, yeah.
Skinny
Wow.
dipping, winky face, Red Lobster, cheese biscuits.
You guys
winky
have a
face.
Red Lobster?
Yeah.
in Grand Forks,
I'm
yeah.
so excited. Literally, skinny dipping, winky
That's
face.
what, dude. Come visit.
Come,
When we
we're-
move there,
no,
come visit. We will.
need
The
to go visit.
itinerary
We're-
that I laid down, which
I need-
now that
I
I'm
need
thinking
me
back
some
at, I'm like,
biscuits.
wow, I
Dude,
really
Maggie,
put some cringy
Maggie's
stuff
literally
in
got
there.
it. Maggie's literally got it all written out on her phone. I thought it was awesome. She's like, TR made this drunk itinerary when we're all gonna go visit.
Yeah,
it.
because we were done recording, and I was like, all right,
Chipotle.
Maggie,
No, I'm
pull
pretty
out
sure
your...
we were still recording.
No, we weren't. I know we...
Okay.
Okay, what... Agree to
We'll
disagree.
watch
It's
the video.
Just adjust, yeah. It's worth it.
Hey, Vic, you're right.
Yeah, I know.
I love you. So we... But
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure we weren't recording. And I just remember I'm like sitting here, and I wasn't blackout at that. I don't think I blacked out that night, but I was so hammered. But I do remember that, and I just remember sitting here like this.
On
and
the
I'm
podcast?
Like, all right, yeah.
We were almost blacked out?
We just finished.
Well, we're not doing something right.
Dude, I'm
You're like
almost,
sober.
I'm almost blackout drunk. I'm not even gonna lie.
We've had look at all the soju we've had.
All
And
the soju.
This is my 4th beer. I'm
Oh,
feeling
wait,
it.
are we really almost? Well, we gotta at least finish this bottle.
Oh, we will.
Is this the
Yeah.
posty wine, by the way?
How?
Yes.
When did we
Mason
start?
Nine?
I know.
when did
Yeah,
we
I got it
start?
for my birthday, and I
What?
I
When
haven't
did we
opened
start
it
this?
yet.
How long?
We have been recording for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay,
now.
so here's the thing.
We will. I will say, like, not
You
right
guys
now, but
with
fairly
Tiff-
soon. I'm gonna have to end it because I don't want like that to die, and I don't want this to die. It
I
is on
understand.
1 bar battery,
All
so
right, Tiff and Meg went how long?
Like
Like,
3 hours.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay, so
We went quite a while.
we will beat them.
I don't want
One
to
way
beat
or
them, is the
another.
thing.
What?
Because I don't want to have it that
Oh, okay,
long.
so here's
is
the thing. Here's the thing. We're more interesting.
Hey, we are
Okay,
definitely no.
all
Megs
right.
and Tiff
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
stories, bro.
Right.
Megs and Tiff
I'm
have
not
the
about
stories.
to take sides. The thing
Okay,
was,
fine.
I wanted
I
to.
like to start
The thing is-
controversy.
That's
But
fair.
don't bump.
I wanted to end
Yeah,
that
hey,
one
Tiff,
earlier.
if you're watching
we
this,
just didn't
that's
because
you.
we were drunk,
But
and
don't bump.
I kept
That's for
forgetting
you,
to
Tiff.
mention, hey, let's end this. Okay. Back to what I was saying. When we were, I'm pretty sure we were done recording, I was like, Maggie, get this itinerary for when you guys come visit us. And I just remember, like, sitting here, and I'm like, okay, first off, you guys come, we get Wendy's. Next, our
Skinny
place,
dipping.
skinny dipping, winky face. After skinny dipping, more drinks, Red Lobster. Back to our place,
Wait.
skinny dipping Cheddar Bay biscuits in like a paper plate in the water. Sleep next day, Red Lobster.
Winky face.
You're going-
winky face. Winky
There were
face
so
at
many
Red
winky
Lobster.
faces in
Yeah,
Skinny
the
Dipping. It was
itinerary
awesome. Drinks, winky face,
has,
skinny
has
dipping.
Wendy's and Red Lobster in the same night.
Pretty sure also like
Yeah.
Well,
Hoo-
skinny dipping
Hoo Hot
twice.
was on there.
Hoo
too.
Hot was definitely on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hoo Hot was on there at one point.
Dude, I've been
Is
there
skinny
once.
dipping
It was
twice.
so
When
good.
When do we have the marinated
Coochie.
sushi?
During
It wasn't on the
morning.
Well,
itinerary.
it'll get marinated in the
The-
hot tub. So
Oh
skinny
my
dipping,
God.
skinny dip, hot tub, winky face, marinated
Marinated
coochie.
coochie.
I
should have
Red
added that to the
Lobster.
list. Yeah.
Okay, so I have to tell a story. My mom.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
okay.
Marinated
My
coochie.
mom, no, straight up. Like my mom would used to rent out a place at Chase on the Lake in Walker, right?
I
And
love
that place had like
I love that resort.
honestly, okay, so it had like a hot tub, bowling alley, whatnot. And like there was one year where Maggie joined me, right? We were drunk as fuck, and we went and sat in the hot tub. We were Jay chilling. Next thing you know, we're both blackout drunk, and I'm like, Maggie, I bet I can swim across one end of the pool to the other, all the way under. And I made her take a video of me swimming all the way across the pool.
You made it almost.
I did. I made it all the way across the pool. But anyway, the things that hot tubs do to you when you're fucked up
Oh,
is just
yeah.
it's absolutely insane. Honestly, like so that's why like when Ryan and Morty were all like come into the sauna at Nick Mentions, I'm like, bro, I literally can't. If I go into the sauna, I'll come up a whole different person. You
Just
will not recognize
Even
me.
twice as fucked up.
Twice as horny.
Well,
Dude, I just remember seeing that video and it's like Ryan like splashes the water on it and then he pans over to Morty and Morty's in his like boxer briefs and like his dick imprint is out and he's like, oh. I'm just like, what?
Dude, that was so
I
funny.
didn't watch the video that intensely. I just.
You have to
Oh,
look
I
for the dick
noticed.
imprints.
That was like the first thing that panned on camera was
Dick.
Morty's wee.
No, I thought he was wearing a swimsuit. Was he not?
No.
I think
No.
he was wearing his boxer briefs.
No, yeah, he
I
was,
mean,
because I
yeah.
remember very distinctly because Morty was like, because we were absolutely obliterated at the bars. Morty was like, "Can we stop at my house and get my swimsuit or whatever?"
And you were like, no.
And he was like, "No," because Michael was driving also out there, and he's like, "I'll just go in my boxers." And like we fucking get there. Morty's like, "You guys want to go in the sauna to like meet?" I was like the only girl there.
Of
straight up.
course he
Of
asked
course,
you.
He's
yeah.
like, I'm like, Morty.
You sleeping alone tonight?
the literal last thing I
Tit?
want to do
You
is
guys call her
gonna-
Tiff.
Yeah.
I call her
Titty.
Tit. No, everyone calls her Tit.
I call her
Yeah,
titties.
I call her
You
Titties.
sleep-
Straight up,
sleeping
no,
alone
Morty
tonight?
will be like, titties, and Tiff's like, what?
Hello.
Hi.
My favorite thing ever is you sleeping alone tonight?
Yeah.
Do you want
Do
to?
you want to?
Yeah. Well, all right then. And when we were like just chilling on the couch and Morty stumbles over, he's just like rambling on. He's just like, well,
Single
Pringle round. I was
God.
like, what the fuck did you just say?
One of my,
I love you, Morty.
One of my favorite,
Oh, yeah, he's
one
the
of my
fucking
favorite
goat.
memories.
He's the goat.
He is
He
the
shoots
goat.
his shot. So one of my favorite memories at Big Red is like, it was just like a small group, maybe 5-6 of us, and I was sitting across from him, across the coffee table, so like 5-6 feet apart, and I was sitting on the carpet, and he was sitting on the couch, and he's like, "Jocelyn, if you want to make out right now, I wouldn't say no." I'm like, Morty, I love you, but like, I'm
fam.
going to bed. Good night.
Oh no, that.
Poor Morts.
He was like, all right, well.
Single Pringle.
And then when who was going around? Is it Kenzie? Kenzie was
Who
going around.
are you?
Yeah,
What's
Kenzie
your
was
name?
going around. She like put it right in my
Everybody's like-
face. I was like, I'm Dick Johnson.
Who are you? I'm
I'm
Napoleon
Napoleon
Dynamite.
Like, well, no, she put it in Morty's face. I was like, this should be good. And then Morty goes, "Who are you?" "I'm Napoleon Dynamite." I was
It
like,
was like the
what?
court. Was that at the night my mom was
Yeah.
up? Yeah,
No.
that was the night my mom was up. I swear to God.
It was.
Was it?
I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, it was.
Yep, Kenzie was going around being like, "Who are you?"
I remember
Everybody's
that
like,
night,
"I'm Richard Johnston. I'm
Dick
Napoleon
Johnson.
Dynamite.
I'm Dick Johnston.
I'm Dick Johnson. Who
I'm-
are you, Morty?"
I'm
I'm
Napoleon
Napoleon
Dynamite."
Dynamite.
What a cinematic masterpiece as well, honestly.
Oh my god, we gotta get a different shirt.
Dude, Morty
How
signed my
many
shirt.
bars we got?
I had Morty sign a shirt.
We got
of,
one,
like of the
but
Have a
you,
Good Day
you just
one.
tell us when we're
It
cut
said,
off.
"You a homie, love you, Morty." I was like, "Love you too, Morty. Love you too. You're a homie too." They're all getting drunk right now at 11:02, so we should definitely fucking go there after.
Oh
we're done
yeah, I got a
podcasting.
message saying we should
I'm done.
pop out.
I was
so.
about to say, like, we've been going for it's almost 2.5 hours
It's been a
now.
while.
So I think we should cut it now because I just don't want like the camera to die and I don't want this to die just in case.
Oh, that definitely makes
It's
sense.
still like it probably wouldn't, but I just want to be safe.
Yeah.
So if you guys are down, then, but,
Fucking cut it. Cut.
Well, thank-
straight
well,
record.
I mean, thanks for coming on.
Of course,
And
thanks for having
Yeah.
us. Oh my
Anytime,
god.
buddy.
we will have you guys on
Again.
when we move, whenever like you guys come to visit.
as
We'll-
Red Lobster,
we
winky
will have-
face,
yeah.
skinny dipping,
We're gonna
winky
do
face.
part 2 is at Red Lobster,
We'll
Skinny
do it at Red Lobster.
Skinny dipping at Red
featuring
Lobster.
featuring marinated coochie.
and
and cheddar,
Cheddar
Bay
Lobster
biscuits.
biscuits.
Wink.
Of course,
Winky face.
Biscuits are the star of the show.
Oh yeah, but thank you guys for coming on.
No, it
Oh,
was
thank
fun.
you for
Appreciate
having
it.
us. It was
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Cheers.
everybody.
Cheers.
Just drop it on the expensive
Thank you.
equipment.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, it wants a drink.
But thank you guys for listening or watching. If you are,
Hi,
if you're,
Mom.
if you're
If
not,
you
that's
haven't
okay.
Subscribe to this
I love you,
man.
Mom.
I love
Subscribe.
you, Mom. Mom and Nikki better
Subscribe
watch
to the
this.
channel Noah's Lounge. Follow me on Twitter at Noah's Lounge Pod, and
Oh,
Yeah.
also donate to Bowser's GoFundMe.
donate to Bowser's GoFundMe.
What is it called again?
You started
Bowser
it.
Be
You started
Cancer.
it. You-
Hey, I raised him $2,000. We're looking for $10,000.
Oh.
So if you guys want to donate him money,
Bowser
donate
beat
him money.
cancer.
Help Bowser beat cancer.
Oh, he's got this.
I love you, Bowser.
So I love you, Bowser. You're my idol.
I love all you guys.
You
Peace
love
out,
everybody.
guys.
Goodbye.
Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for watching.
Gang, gang.
Later, losers.